the home of the Berwick Bulldogs, Jim Doyle and Andy Ulickney.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
The Valley Sports Leader, HLM.
Sports Radio HLM proudly presents Berwick Bulldogs football. Brought to you by First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you every step of the way. Forge Pub and Eatery, West 11th Street in Berwick. Bear, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram in Berwick. Berwick Dental Arts, quality care for your dental health. Berwick Notary Center, Orange Street in Berwick. Mason's Monogram Services for all your Bulldog merchandise. Neighbor Fence Company, residential and commercial fencing. First Keystone Community Bank, yesterday's traditions, tomorrow's vision. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick for all your home improvements. Yannick Real Estate, commercial and residential. The Mayo Funeral Homes of Berwick and Chickashinny. Your Berwick State Farm agents Lori Powell, Sean Black, and Melissa Price. Hometown agents who understand Berwick's needs. Riverview Block Inc. of Berwick. Alexander Family Dealership, Central Road off Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Access Gymnastics Academy, East 7th Street in Bloomsburg. Welsh's Towing and Repair, towing, recovery, and lockout services. S.J. Kowalski Heating and Cooling, the way the earth intended. Overhead Door Company of Berwick. Independence Ford, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Don's Towing, Truck and Trailer Repair, Route 11 in Berwick. ND Accounting and Consulting, your hometown CPA firm. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your partner for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Danville. The Berwick Medicine Shop, now at 500 Fowler Avenue in Berwick. And by Name Brand Liquidations in the Berwick Plaza on Route 11. Now with Andy Ulickney, here's the Dean of the Dogs, Jim Doyle, on Sports Radio HLM.
Good morning, everyone. Today from Spartans Stadium in Kingston, it's the Bulldogs against the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West. I am Jim Doyle. I'm joined today by Kaz Curry. The producer of this broadcast is Raven Klein. This is the 46th meeting today between Berwick and Wyoming Valley West, but it's the very first time they play on a Saturday at noon. Both teams coming in with similar situations. Both are 3-3. Both are probably headed for postseason play, but the remainder of the games will decide how good their seeding is. Right now, Berwick at 3-3 is the number 4 seed in District 2 4A. They would be home to start the playoffs as 8 teams go. Wyoming Valley West is currently the number 3 seed in District 2 and 11. They're in 5A. They would play on the road. Only 4 teams go in that regard. This game on a Saturday, they've had security problems at night games here in Kingston, and thus we will have a noon kickoff here today. If the sound is a little fuzzy, it's because we are in our third alternative as far as setting up here today. Nothing's going right, but hopefully we'll have a good game to send your way. And Andy Ulickney is on assignment. In his big shoes is Kaz Curry, the former Berwick standout. In fact, an all-state performer for the Bulldogs back in 1986. Now the superintendent of schools in the Stroudsburg School District. Kaz, this is the rivalry. You wouldn't know by the crowd here. It's probably the smallest crowd ever for this game. But when Berwick joined the Wyoming Valley Conference, for whatever reason, maybe it was because your dad, the late, great George Curry, was from Larksville, but whatever reason it was, as far as rivalries, new rivalries are concerned, this is the one that stuck. And you played in a couple of these, so you must have felt that.
Absolutely. I played in 2, and I can't remember the outcome of either one, to be brutally honest with you.
I do.
You lost 6-0 and 13-7. Thanks for reminding me. That's probably why I chose to forget about it. No, it's absolutely huge. I know that in talking with a lot of the alumni about certain rivalries that Berwick has, Seedless Grove is one that comes to mind. But it's usually for the players in like the 1985 and era prior to that, believe it or not. But this is the rivalry, no doubt. And when I look at the crowd today, it's sparse, but it's a combination of things, I'm sure, what's going on in the world, COVID, Saturday afternoon, a change. People have other plans and arrangements, but it doesn't take away from the meaning of this game for the players and the coaches and the fans who are here. It's a big deal.
Berwick has one assignment defensively, and that is to contain Elijah Cobb, the outstanding sophomore running back, 240 pounds for Wyoming Valley West. He has carried the ball as many as 53 times in a game, and he's just a sophomore. It seems to me there should be some violation there of child labor laws, but any rate, he is a tough man to contain. Berwick needs to do that. It won't be easy.
It's not going to be easy. He's 6'1", 240. He's strong. My friend Eddie Walker told me yesterday that he benches 300, he squats 565, and runs a 4.740. And if he gets his shoulders square in the hole, he's a man to bring down. And I think he's one of those guys that's watching some tape on him. He gets stronger as the game goes on. So Berwick has to do a great job of being in position defensively, playing their gaps, and being highly responsible for what they need to do to contain this guy because he's a beast.
Well, nobody's done it yet. We'll see if the Bulldogs can do it. Both teams 3-3. Good matchup here today. You're listening to Berwick Football and Sports Radio, HLM.
Looking for that perfect new vehicle for you and your family? Look no further than Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car, truck, or SUV, no matter what you're looking for, you can find it at Fairfield at a fantastic deal.
Find it at Fairfield.
During Jeep Adventure Days, you can go on or off-road all while getting a fantastic deal. Drive home a brand new 2021 Jeep Compass, just $25,900. It's also Ram Power Days, 1500s, 2500s, 3500s, and more. You won't find a bigger selection anywhere else. Make sure to take a look at their ad in the Web Weekly for all their incredible deals.
Find it at Fairfield.
Stop in and see the Kaiser Boys on Route 405 in Muncie or Dan Goldman on Route 11 in Danville. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
Offers on select vehicles for qualified buyers only. Not all will qualify. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. All offers end October 31st. See dealer for complete details.
Find it at Fairfield.
If you have a child that's interested in gymnastics, or if you've been practicing the sport for years, then Access Gymnastics Academy is where you want to be. Their dedicated coaches will teach you everything you need to know to perform your best, from the basics of flexibility, form, and style to advanced techniques that will improve your rhythm and style during a routine. Call Heidi Rebuck at Access Gymnastics Academy at 570-441-5969. That's 570-441-5969. Now enrolling for beginner to advanced classes at 917 East 7th Street in Bloomsburg.
Northeast Pennsylvania, it's your home. And no matter what stage of life you find yourself in, what you rely on most is security. When that house becomes a home, the moment you get that new car, when your dreams become a reality, it's times like this when you have to look to the experts for advice and financial peace of mind. They're there with innovative products and services to help you with your financial future every step of the way. Together, they will help dreams and goals become reality. They are more than a bank. They're your neighbor. They are First Keystone Community Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Nice day for high school football. A rare noon kickoff here at Spartan Stadium in Kingston as the Bulldogs renew their rivalry with the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West. Both teams coming in 3-3. This series was continuous from 1985, 34 consecutive seasons until last year's COVID cancellation. Bulldogs have won the last three in this series, including 42-0 when they last met back in 2019. Berwick leads the overall series 28-16, and there has been one tie. Here is the starting lineup for the Bulldogs offensively. At the tight end, number 4, Spencer Kishbaugh, 6'3", 195-pound junior, has been outstanding as a pass catcher from that tight end position. 12 catches, 224 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 18.6 yards of reception. The left tackle will be a sophomore, number 71, Harrison Snyder, 6'2", 190 pounds. Liam Carroll, a starter on that offensive front, still out with an injury. Left guard will be number 73, Gavin Cunningham. He is 6 foot 210, a senior. Starting center will be Andrew Blockett. He has filled in well with the injury to Bruce Hartman. Andrew will be playing both ways, 6'1", 215-pound senior. The right guard is just a ninth grader. He wears number 60, Chase Shuckers, 5'11", 220 pounds. And the right tackle, number 70, Xander Unger, 6'3", 265, a senior. Leading receiver on this team is Dre Wilk, number 7, 5'11", 175-pound junior, 14 receptions for 93 yards. The quarterback is number 12, Matt Lunzinski. He's 6'1", 205, a junior, has completed 44% of his passes for 620 yards, 3 touchdowns. He has been intercepted 5 times. Leading rusher on this team right now is number 5, Ryan Bankus, 5'7", 150-pound junior. He ran for a 57-yard touchdown, a key in that win at Tunkhannock last Friday. On the season, 234 yards and a couple of touchdowns. For much of that game on Friday, the Bulldogs were without Benny Knorr, which was unfortunate because Benny was coming off his best performance offensively in the season against Williamsport. He is back, ready to go on the season, averaging 5.3 yards a carry on 23 attempts. Also has caught 7 passes for 27 yards. The fullback, when they use one, will be number 33, James Deandra, 5'11", 200-pound sophomore. We also may see some of Tristan Kishbaugh, number 34. Boy, he has had an outstanding season, missed the last couple games with injury, and they're really, really glad to have him back. Braden Boone is at another wide receiver, 5'10", 145, a senior. That's the starting lineup for the Bulldogs under Carmen DiFrancesco in his third season as head coach. They come in with a record of 3-3, a loss to Southern Columbia, a win over Crestwood, a loss to Hazelton area, a loss to Selinsgrove, now 2 straight wins in overtime over Williamsport, 28-21, and over Tunkhannock on the road last week, 21-16. We'll check the starters for the Spartans and kick it off when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football and Sports Radio, HLM.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Sports injury got you down? No one knows sports medicine like Lehigh Valley Health Network and Coordinated Health. Their unrivaled sports team has the highest orthopedic success rates in the region. With more than 30 years experience, they put athletes first and provide same-day appointments. Don't let a sports injury slow you down. Learn more at lvhn.org/sports medicine or call 888-402-LVHN.
Forge Pub and Eatery on 11th and Mulberry in Berwick is where you need to go when you want a delicious homemade meal. Forge is open every day at 11 with free delivery to the Berwick area. Follow their Facebook page to get the daily specials. They have a full bar, 10 beers on tap, 6 rotating seasonal brews, and an extensive selection of domestic and craft beer. It's the perfect place to go out with colleagues or for date night. Forge will always impress. Forge Pub and Eatery in Berwick is a proud supporter of the Berwick Bulldogs football team.
Yannick Real Estate is your full-service real estate agency. Buying, selling, residential, commercial, multifamily, land, and rental management. Call Yannick Real Estate. Owner Mike Yannick, a veteran himself, served his country and has been serving this area for decades. Mike and his staff will guide you through the real estate process. Veterans, be sure to check the VA loan options. Yannick Real Estate, your full-service real estate agency. 1232 West Front Street in Berwick. Call 759-3300.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Weekend number 7 of the 2021 high school football season kicked off last night here in Kingston. A day later, the Bulldogs about to take on the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West, who will line up this way offensively. At the tight end, number 88, Nick Giza, 6'4", 210, a junior. Josh Koval, a senior, starts at left tackle. He's 5'11", 205 pounds. Evan Lord is the left guard, 5'10", 230, a senior. John McLaughlin starts at center, 6 foot, 220, a junior. Mark Riskevich, number 54, is the right guard, 5'10", 190, a senior. Aiden Golightly, and he does not go lightly, 6 foot, 275, a junior, will start at the right tackle position. 6 returning linemen from a year ago all had at least one start. They look at that as the strength of their team, and, of course, leading the way for Isaiah Cobb and the great season he's had running the football. At the wide receiver spots, number 7, Connor Olszewski, a 5'9", 150-pound senior, and Mekhi Wells, 6'5", 180, a sophomore, along with Ryan Myers, number 3, 5'11", 165, a senior. The quarterback is number 6, Luke Buss. He is 6'4", 215 pounds, a junior, 522 yards in passing so far, They don't pass a lot, but effectively when they do, 6 touchdowns and just 1 interception. The tailback, we mentioned him, number 24, Isaiah Cobb, 6'1", 240, a sophomore. Already, and we're only into week 7, the start of it, 1,092 yards rushing and 13 touchdowns, averaging 5.3 yards a carry. Jaden Swainbank will be the starting fullback. He is 6'1", 220, a senior. As the starting lineup offensively for the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West under Jack Berensky in his 3rd season as head coach after 10 years as an assistant. Wyoming Valley West started with an easy win over West Scranton 50-6, lost to Dallas 28-27, and Piston area 16-13. Beat Abington Heights 21-7, Tunkhannock 20-15, and last week lost a heartbreaker 27-25 to Wilkes-Barre area. Talking about heartbreakers, their 3 losses are by a total of 6 points. And I talked to Jack Baransky this week. I said that it doesn't do you any good to think in these terms, but you could very well be 6-0. He says, I know. And he said, it doesn't do any good to think in those terms. Well, the sunshine has broken through the clouds, so we should have a perfect day for high school football. The weather elements will mean nothing in this one as the Bulldogs kick it off against Wyoming Valley West. Again, joining me is Kaz Curry, who played in this series a couple of games. And then he played when the series was just starting to be continuous. There's been a Wyoming Valley West jointure since 1967, but only since 1985 has it been a continuous series. As I mentioned earlier, it was continuous for 34 consecutive years until last year when the COVID situation forced the postponement. So we're moments away awaiting the arrival of both teams. We'll have the kickoff when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football and Sports Radio, HLM.
Looking for that perfect new vehicle for you and your family? Look no further than Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car, truck, or SUV, no matter what you're looking for, you can find it at Fairfield at a fantastic deal.
Find it at Fairfield.
During Jeep Adventure Days, you can go on or off-road all while getting a fantastic deal. Drive home a brand new 2021 Jeep Compass, just $25,900. It's also Ram Power Days, 1500s, 2500s, 3500s, and more. You won't find a bigger selection anywhere else. Make sure to take a look at their ad in the Web Weekly for all their incredible deals.
Find it at Fairfield.
Stop in and see the Kaiser Boys on Route 405 in Muncie or Dan Goldman on Route 11 in Danville. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
Offers on select vehicles for qualified buyers only. Not all will qualify. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. All offers end October 31st. See dealer for complete details.
Find it at Fairfield. The Medicine Shop.
The Berwick Medicine Shop at their new location. 500 Fowler Avenue, Berwick, has your favorite pharmacist team, like Kim, who you've trusted for more than 20 years. And they've gotten even better. Free blister packs, free home delivery with no tips, and less than a 15-minute average wait time on prescriptions. Why would you go to the big box pharmacies where you might wait for days? Go to the name you know and trust, the Medicine Shop of Berwick, and follow their Facebook page. Berwick Medicine Shop proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs.
Don's Towing on Route 11 in Bloomsburg can handle any tow, whether it's a car or big rig, 24/7. Don's has roadside assistance, and your satisfaction is their priority. They always have a truck available, and you'll never wait more than 20 minutes to be picked up and on your way again. Don't let a flat tire ruin your day. Don's Towing will help you get where you need to go without breaking the bank. They accept all insurances, and those that pay out of pocket will appreciate their low prices. Don's Towing, Route 11, Bloomsburg, or check out their Facebook page.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Both teams about to make their appearance on the field here prior to the kickoff of Wyoming Valley West and Berwick. Spartans are on the field wearing the maroon jerseys, maroon helmets, gold pants, gold numerals and trim. Bulldogs down below us to our right, white jerseys, white pants, white helmets, blue numerals and trim. Kaz Curry with me today. Kaz heard on the Coach DiFrancesco show that Carmen DiFrancesco giving it away that they were going to play basically a goal line defense throughout this game. Wherever the ball is, maybe you need to do that with a running back like Isaiah Cobb, but boy, it's somewhat of a risk, isn't it?
It's definitely a risk. I think I'm sure that in their game plan, they have gap coverage, gap responsibilities figured out, and you need to be disciplined and not overreact nor over-penetrate and to keep your angles of pursuit. But I'm certain in the secondary, they have some specific coverage. We used to call it a cover 30 that's very simplistic, but will cover and take care of any type of deep ball or play action pass as related to the tight sets and the formations that Valley West has shown in the prior games leading up to today.
What do you tell your tacklers concerning a 6'1", 240-pound running back like Isaiah Cobb?
Get him early. You have to keep your head up, hit with the shoulder pads, wrap, and wait for other guys to get there to help you.
Well, easier said than done. If someone had figured that out at this point, they would have stopped them. No one has. I asked Carmen for a number. He said if we could hold them under 100 yards, that would be a great victory. But no one has done it yet.
Well, it's a great goal, and I'm sure that he has challenged the defense to do that. And it's going to come down to, as I said earlier, staying in your lane, finding the ball. You know, based on the scouting report, that he's going to carry it 40 to 60 times in a game. Now, he hasn't hit 60 yet, but he's hit 53 last time, and he's their bread and butter. So you know he's going to get it, but you can't fall asleep with the rest of the team, the flankers, split end and tight end, et cetera, and don't underestimate the fullback, Jaden Swainbrook. He's 6'1", 220. He's a powerful lead blocker for Isaiah Cobb, but he also can hit that fullback trap up the middle quick, so you can't just focus on one guy. Gap responsibility, lane responsibility, play your cutback lanes, find the ball, be cagey, and I think Burrow will have a great day.
Yeah, he has an effect on your offense, too, because offense is so much of a rhythm. It's hard to get in rhythm when you're on the sidelines, and boy, if he's right and Berwick can't stop him, they tend to hold the ball a long time.
Well, they do. I think this game's going to be a fast game because there's not a whole lot of passing that takes place from either team, in all due respect. And I think that based on what we prepared for, what we're looking at, what you and I have talked about, and all the the pregame excitement and the interviews of both coaches, it's going to be a run game dominated performance. And what I will say with Cobb and even Swainbrook, there are 4'7" guys, 4'8" level guys. They're not likely to break and outrun anybody, but they get 10, 12 yards at a clip, and they're tough to bring down. They keep the chains moving, and it takes time off the clock.
Wyoming Valley West won the toss, deferred to the second half, so Berwick will get to start this one. Bulldogs will move from our right to our left. As deep for Berwick, Braden Boone and Trey Wilk. And kicking off for the Spartans will be Jonathan Cordona. So the 46th meeting between Berwick and Wyoming Valley West is underway as Cardona's kick comes up very, very short, bounces at the 18-yard line, fielded there by Braden Boone. Boone off the right side over the 30, the 35, and breaks free. At the 40, 45 over midfield. Down this near sideline to the 40, and the kicker has to bring him down the 25-yard line. Braden Boone with a terrific return to start the game.
Jim, that was an awesome kick return set up by the Bulldogs. They all stayed in their lane. They all put a hat on somebody. Boone did a great job of coming up behind his blockers. He saw vision to the left, daylight, cut outside, and outran everybody for a 60-yard run, 60-yard kickoff return. So first and 10 on the 25 near hash.
Braden Boone was welcomed back to the lineup last week after missing a couple of weeks with illness. That is a terrific return. 57 yards on that kick return, and Berwick moving from our right to our left with a first and 10 at the Wyoming Valley West 25-yard line. Matt Lenzinski operates out of the gun with a slap to the right side. He gives to Ryan Bacon. He's got room inside the 20, down to the 15, and very close to a first down. Big hole off the right side for Ryan Bankus. who has really come on as this season progressed. They mark it at the 15, we'll call it second and less than a yard. Good start for Berwick offensively. Vegas again with that 57-yard run last Friday, a big key to that win. At Tunkhannock, Benny Norris in a slot to the right, Dre Wilk outside of him. Rowan Slabinski wide to the left. Second down, call. Get a hole off the right side, and Vegas has the first down and then some to the 12-yard line. First and 10 for Berwick. Because we talked about Wyoming Valley West going to run the football, it helps to get an early lead on that.
Oh, no doubt. You have to ball control. You take time off the clock, but execution is key and scoring points is key because you want to be one step ahead every single drive.
The Bulldogs would love to push this one in. They have a first and 10 at the Wyoming Valley West 12-yard line. Slot to the left side. Vegas to the right of Matt Lenzinski, who operates out of the gun. The give is to Ryan Bankus, and this time Wyoming Valley West is up to the task. He'll pick up just a couple to about the 10-yard line. It'll be second down and 8 coming for the Bulldogs at the Wyoming Valley West 10-yard line. Now Tajee Taylor comes into their lineup, and James DeAndre comes in as well. Ryan Bankus leaves, so we'll see what Berwick lines up with from the 10-yard line with Bankus out of there. Could be that DeAndre will be the fullback in an I formation. That is the case, and Benny Moore is the tailback in the I. From the 10, a second down and 8. Lenzinski now under center movement. Wyoming Valley West indicates it's against Berwick, and it is. Boy, when you have a drive going like Berwick, that can be a killer. As the mark-off back to the 15, second down and 13. So Deandra was going to be the fullback in the I formation with Benny Noor at the tailback spot. Now Deandra leaves that lineup. It's Berwick from the 15, a second down and 13 coming. Slot to the left side. Reed Boone wide to the right. Bankus back in there, the running back to the right of Lenzinski. And Bankus gets the call off the left side, looks for some room, and gets some. To about the 11-yard line. It'll be a third down coming for Berwick. Third down and 9. So big call coming for the Bulldogs, probably in 4-down territory. Obviously, they're in field goal range, but would much prefer to get the 6 on this opening series. Under 9 to go in a scoreless first quarter. See if they have Lenzinski go to the air here on 3rd and 9. Benny Norris in a slot to the right. Dre Wilk, the lead receiver, to the left. Lenzinski back to throw. Looking, steps up in with fires incomplete. Nowhere near the intended receiver, Dre Wilk, in the end zone. So now Berwick with the decision. 4th and 9. Do they bring out the field goal unit, or do they go for it? Brendan Hinkle has not kicked a field goal in the season, but he's certainly capable of it. And it looks like that's what Berwick will opt for, as the hold will be by Braden Boone. Ethan Lear does the snapping. The hold will be at the 18-yard line. So this is a 28-yard field goal attempt by Brendan Hinkle. Again, he's not kicked a field goal this season. Lear with the snap. It's a good. The hold is good. The kick is blocked. The kick is blocked. A low kick, and it was blocked. And Wyoming Valley West will take over. A tough start for Berwick.
It kind of goes at any level of football. When you're in a situation, you're moving, and then you have a penalty, it really takes you out of your rhythm. And oftentimes it's more challenging and difficult to overcome, as the case is here. But they should be proud of the fact of they being able to move the ball down the field the way they did. I think the line did a great job executing. They came in a power set early, gained great yardage, going to the play side, and got to come back to it. Now let's see how Valley West responds, and with Isaiah Cobb leading the way for the Spartans, and Berwick reacts.
Spartans take over at their own 7-yard line with a 1st and 10. Luke Buss is under center. He gives the ball to the big guy, Cobb, and Berwick's all over it, and they have 5 or 6 helmets to the football, including Bo Sheptock covered for a safety position. And there is no gain on the play. In fact, they'll mark it at the 6-yard line, so a loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11. Carmen DiFrancesco talked about getting people to the football, and Berwick really did well there. 2nd down call. From the 7-yard line, we'll call it 2nd and 10. Spartans deep in their own territory. The I formation. Fake to Cobb. Bus back in his end zone to throw. Looking long downfield. The pass comes up short and tipped it incomplete. Braden Boone made a nice play. It was intended for Olszewski. He came back with the ball. Boone stayed with it. Sometimes that's difficult for a corner.
Very difficult. Fortunately, that ball was underthrown, but Boone was in tremendous coverage. He was inside of him and on the upfield shoulder. The pass was a little short. Boone was able to react and come back to it as the receiver did and make a play. There was a rule. If you can't catch it, neither does the receiver. And he did a great job of making the play.
There is a 3rd down and 10 now for the Spartans back at their own 7-yard line. Swainbank on a wing to the left. Bus. Back to throw, looking, fires, incomplete. And for Olszewski, I believe it was Spencer Kiesball back in coverage, so good performance by Berwick defensively on the first possession for the Spartans. They'll have to punt from deep in their own territory as they'll send Ryan Myers back to do the punting. John McLaughlin, a junior, does the snapping. Myers about 8 yards deep in his own end zone. Braden Boone and Dre Wilk deep for the Bulldogs, who figure to get good field position. McLaughlin's snap is a good one. Myers' kick is away. Might have been partially blocked. Comes up very, very short. Berwick needs to get away from the ball. It takes a Spartan roll, but goes dead at the 36-yard line, so just 29 yards on the punt. And Berwick takes over great field position.
Outstanding field position. I think that ball may have been tipped by a Berwick defender, and it was a short punt. Berwick's in a good position. They played great defense, using field position now to their advantage. Have 1st and 10 on the 36 of the Spartans, and if they pick up where they left off, they should move the ball well. And smart football, no penalties, put it in the end zone.
Yeah, that penalty was big in that first possession. 7:38 to go. Scoreless first quarter. Berwick with the football at the Wyoming Valley West 36-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Lonzinski gives the ball to Vegas. He's got running room inside the 30, inside the 25 for first down at the 24. Vegas running hard, but Cosby early going. That offensive line for Berwick getting it done.
Phenomenal offensive line. They're coming out low. Their heads are up. They're taking a good first step. And Valley West is big. They're a big, strong, aggressive defense. They're firing across it. As of now, Berwick's within the line of scrimmage.
13 yards, and a carry by Ryan Vegas. 1st and 10. Berwick at the Wyoming Valley West 23-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Lonzinski out of the gun with Vegas to his right. 1st and 10 call. Firing the pass is headed for Benny Knorr, and it's incomplete. Knorr hit as soon as the ball got in his hands. Lonzinski with the quick release puts Berwick at 2nd down and 10 at their 23-yard line.
Yeah, Berwick was looking for a quick out there, hoping to get the ball there maybe a little bit sooner than what it was and make a play. And then Knorr uses athletic ability to outrun the defensive back. Unfortunately, it was a little late getting there, but I'm sure they'll come back to it. The play is still there.
2nd and 10. Berwick at the Wyoming Valley West 23-yard line. Bulldogs pressing for the 2nd time in the score. Lonzinski back to throw. Has time. Now it breaks down. He gets away. Fires over the middle and almost intercepted. Almost picked off. Good pressure on the quarterback by Jaden Swainbank. Looked like it was going to be a sack. Lonzinski stepped up and away from the pressure, but his pass was, and probably should have been, intercepted by Ryan Myers. So now Berwick faces a 3rd down and 10 at the Spartan 23-yard line. 6:51 to go in a scoreless first quarter. Slot to the right. Trey Wilk wide left. Lonzinski on 3rd and 10 has the snap. Rolls right. Fires downfield, and this one will be intercepted. At the 7-yard line, the tackle there by Benny Knorr. as Olszewski picks it off. Ball very poorly thrown right in the hands of Olszewski, who leads the Wyoming Valley Conference in interceptions. Connor Olszewski, 5'9", 150-pound senior, his 6th interception of the season. That was an easy one. And Valley West, for the second time, takes over at their own 7-yard line. We have 6:44 to go in a scoreless first quarter. Boy, you like to run the ball like the Spartans. First down is key. Berwick was able to stuff it on their first possession. We'll see how they do here. From the 7, the call goes to Cobb, and again, Berwick right there, maybe a yard on the play. Spencer Kishbaugh among the people in the play, but first down crucial when you run an offense like Valley West.
Well, no doubt. You want to try and stay on track, getting at least 4 downs, and Berwick did a great job. Spencer Kishbaugh was quick. He beat the gap. He beat the block. He tackled Cobb for a loss, really single-handedly. But it keeps Valley West off track and puts them in a position now to come out of their game plan and arguably go to some passing that maybe there hasn't been their forte.
Second down and 10. Spartans at their own 7-yard line. Wide receiver either side. Cobb, the low running back, behind Bus. And a whistle and a flag. We'll check the penalty. It is a legal procedure against the Spartans. They'll be half the distance. Second down. And 15 back at the second and 13 back at the 4-yard line. In the bright sunshine here at Spartan Stadium in Kingston. Second and long. Bus under center. Man in motion. Cobb gets the call off the left side. Very, very close to a safety. But they're ruling him inside the 1-yard line. And great penetration by the Bulldogs. They are not respecting anything but the run.
Spencer Kishbaugh, that may have been one of the greatest tackles I've ever seen. It was like a copperhead, unleashing great football position, and single-handedly took down a 240-pound running back and took his feet right off from under him. Great job.
And now third down and long. As the call goes to Cobb off the right side, he's got all kind of running room. The 20, the 25, the 30, and out near the 36-yard line. Berwick caught off guard for some reason. Cobb got outside.
Yeah, well, Berwick was in a goal line front, looking to arguably make a safety, expecting an inside run, and everybody jammed in. It was a great play call, and the corner Cobb got outside the corner and gained 36 yards on the run, putting them in a position and giving them some breathing room and new life.
First and 10 for Wyoming Valley West. That is the play of the game to this point. Really flips the field. Wyoming Valley West from their 36 to give off the left side. Tomasic. Zach Tomasic gets a rare carry and picks up very, very little. Boy, Berwick was in great position. Wyoming Valley West had a third and 16 inside their 1-yard line. And then the 36-yard run by Cobb has really turned the situation around. Second down and 11. Berwick, with the exception of that one long run, done very, very well in this opening quarter against Isaiah Cobb. This quarter with 4:08 remaining. From the 36-yard line, the call goes to Cobb, and nothing doing right at the line of scrimmage. Well, it's interesting because it looks like they're at the goal line, and they're at the 36.
All 22 players are within 5 yards of each other. And it's a situation where it's, I call it a 7-9 in front, and it's a cover 3 defense, a cover 3 shell, and a 30 roll it's called. And you just identify where the ball's going. Is it right or left? Is it a drop back? And you play your position and your key from there. And I'm expecting them, if they come out in that same formation, to come back with that toss.
Here is a third down and 10. Spartans at their 36-yard line. Cobb goes in motion to the left. Bus back to throw. He's hit. The ball is loose. Scramble is on. The Spartans get on it, but Spencer Kishbaugh on the blitz lowers the boom on Bus. The Spartans fortunate to get on the football. The punt team will come on.
This guy, he had 51 tackles on the season. He's tied for the second leading tackler on the Bulldogs squad. And he just brings such intensity and love of the game. I think he's such an inspiration to the other players. He brings the intensity, has a motor, and he did a great job, having a great game so far.
Yeah, you mentioned his tackles, Kaz. He has been terrific. 12 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, and a strip sack there. The punt coming for Ryan Myers. Not a good punt. Off to the left. It will roll into Berwick territory at the 47-yard line. So the Bulldogs, for the third time, will have great field position to start a drive. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in this opening quarter, and still no score. Again, so far, with the exception of the time that Cobb got outside, terrific defense by Berwick.
Oh, absolutely. It's a real defensive game. This is going to be a low-scoring game, at least my prediction with a few minutes left in the first quarter, just watching both teams. But Cobb gave them life. Berwick defense rose to the occasion. Berwick has a chance here.
Third possession for the Bulldogs, and this is their worst field position, their own 47-yard line. Lonzinski out of the gun. Gives the ball to Bankus, tries the left side and will lose yardage back to the 40-yard line. There is a flag down the play. Jaden Swainbank doing a terrific job. Good penetration. Nowhere to go for Ryan Bankus. And a holding call against Berwick. They may take the play, and that is the indication, is that Jack Baranski from the sideline indicates to the officiating crew that we'll take that loss of 7. Second down and 17 for the Bulldogs. As Lonzinski, as he's prone to do, goes to the sideline, gets the play, and just like Wyoming Valley West, Berwick's not suited to these situations. They've not thrown the ball well on the season. Have an incompletion and an interception so far this opening quarter. 3 receivers to the right. Second and 17. Lonzinski has the snap. Fires the quick out. Has Benny North to the 45 and out to the 48-yard line. So pick up 8 on the play. Third down and 9 coming for the Bulldogs. Not a bad play, making third down doable.
A real nice play. There were 6 in the box. They were in a cover 2 shell, playing a zone. Executed it well. Lonzinski did a nice job just taking his steps, get the ball out quickly. It gave Nora a chance to do something with it and gain 9 yards.
Third down and 9. Berwick at their own 48-yard line. Slot to the left. Trey Wilk is wide to the right. Lonzinski has the shotgun snap, and he's back to throw, and he fires over the middle, incomplete. That is, man, would have been short of the first down yardage. Good coverage on Spencer Kishbaugh, the intended receiver. So Berwick will bring their punt team on for the first time in this game as Olszewski and Myers drop deep for the Spartans. Benny Noor is the punter. Ethan Lear's done a great job with long snaps on the course of this season. Noor back at his 33-yard line. Olszewski shields the sun from his eyes as the line drive kick will go to him at the 15-yard line. Looks to the sideline, a nice tackle in the open field, short of the 25-yard line. So Wyoming Valley West will put in play. Bo Sheptock made a good tackle in the open field. Spartans will get it at their 25-yard line, their third possession, and this is their best field position to start a drive, their own 25. So Berwick's had a big advantage in both time of possession and field position, but still there is no score with 1:43 remaining in this opening quarter. Swainbank is the fullback, ahead of Cobb in the I formation. Olszewski goes in motion. The toss sweep right side to Cobb. Runs over a tackler. Still on his feet. There's spinach. Isaiah Cobb out to the 33-yard line. You're not going to bring him down trying to go up high.
Not at all. In fact, that was the same play they ran on the goal line on a 36-yard run earlier in a previous drive. But in this situation, Berwick made a better, more balanced defense, spread across the field. The backer played the cutback lane well, made initial contact, but this powerful runner, Cobb, he gained 3 or 4 extra yards upon the contact. And it took a couple guys to gang tackle him, and they're in a 2nd and 1 situation.
From their own 34-yard line, in the I formation. Again, it's Cobb. Tries the right side. Great defense by Benny Noor. He will not get the first down. Noor from his linebacker spot got there in a hurry, would not be denied. And we'll see where they mark the football, but it's going to be, I believe, a loss of a half yard. So they're marking it right after the line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd down and 1. Great play by Noor.
Absolutely, yes. Wyoming Valley West pulled their right guard, which gave the opportunity for the tackle to break the gap, make penetration, and keep that guard from getting to Benny Noor, who did a great job. Initial contact, rolled the hips, head up, shoulder tackle, guys got there.
3rd and 1. It's a quarterback keeper by Buss, and I'm not sure. Now they're pushing him ahead. If the whistle did not blow, they have the first down. But Berwick had stopped him short. Of course, it is legal now to push the ball carrier. That's what they did. That second effort just barely got them the first down at the 35-yard line. And again, good job by Berwick defensively as the first quarter comes to an end with the score. Berwick nothing. Wyoming Valley West nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Sports Radio, HLM.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Jim Doyle and Todd Curry from Spartans Stadium in Kingston. Bright sunshine today, noon kickoff. The first in this long series, 46th meeting between Berwick and Wyoming Valley West. Bulldogs had their opportunities in that opening quarter. Started one possession at the Wyoming Valley West 25, started another at the 36, came up short, and we have no score. Started the second quarter. The Spartans will have the football, moving from our right to our left, and they have a first down at their own 35-yard line. Isaiah Cobb is the lone running back. 3 receivers to the left. Olszewski starts to the right, then reverses his field. Quick pass to him, turns the corner, the 40, the 45, and knocked out of bounds just over midfield. Berwick territory. Nice design to the play. Olszewski going right, reverses himself.
Yeah, it was a real nicely designed play. They put the guy in the slot in motion, the inside slot.
Berwick adjusted, played some type of a man, and when he reversed back out, gained a half a step, gained leverage, and was able to gain 15 yards.
Real nice play. The ball at midfield. Spartans. Deepest penetration of this game. We're just underway in the second quarter. No score. Both teams coming in 3-3, hoping to improve their seeding for the upcoming playoffs. Slot to the left side. I formation. Bus under center. Gives the ball to the big guy, Cobb. Straight ahead. Tristan English made the first contact as he gets into Berwick territory. Picks up close to 4 on the play. 46-yard line. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but that's a good first down play.
A great first down play is 4 yards, keeps Valley West on track, and Tristan English did an excellent job of making that open field tackle and stopping Cobb in his tracks for just 4 yards.
Bus heads toward the sideline, gets the play call, second down and 6. Spartans in Berwick territory for the first time in this opening half, still no score. Cobb, the lone running back, behind Bus. Toss, sweep, left side, blockers out in front, breaks the tackle, double sideline, 35-30, 25-20, makes the cut and goes in for the touchdown. Isaiah Cobb, 46 yards for the score.
He did a great job. He made that play on his own. He broke a pass, he put 2 moves on, cut inside, and had a great run. That was really a nicely designed and well-blocked play by Valley West.
Isaiah Cobb with a 46-yard touchdown run. His 14th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Spartans are on the board with 11:01 to go in this opening half. Spartans looking for someone to get on the field for this extra point attempt. So the Spartans are on the board first, as the big guys showed a little bit of speed. And Gwen Langley, the first female kicker in this school's history, left puts it through. Time out of the field, 11:01 remaining in the first half of play. Wyoming Valley West, 7, Berwick, nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Sports Radio, HLM.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top-quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
14th rushing touchdown of the season for the outstanding sophomore Isaiah Cobb, who came into this game with 1,092 yards rushing. And he's off to a good start. Berwick containing him early, but not that time. And it's a 7-0 Spartan lead. 11:01 to go in the first half as Cardona gets set to kick off. As Braden Boone led a terrific return earlier, is deep along with Dre Wilk. This time it'll be Wilk with the opportunity at his 11-yard line. To the 20, looks for room to the 25, and brought down at the 30-yard line. So that's where Berwick will put it in play. Bulldogs trailing for the first time in this game, has a score of 7-0. Passing game hasn't been there to this point. Ryan Bankus was very effective early running the football. We'll see what they come up with here. Now, Berwick has gone to the sideline to gather around their coaching staff, and now they'll trot on. Bulldogs move from our left to our right. Here in the second quarter, just underway, Berwick trailing 7-0. Taji Taylor is in the offensive lineup for the Bulldogs. He's on a wing to the left. Slot to the right, wide receiver left. Lonzinski will operate out of the gun. Gives the ball to Bankus. Second effort by him. Picks up close to 5 on the play. Ryan Bankus, a good first down carry for the Bulldogs. Second down and 5 coming for Berwick. Bankus has been the main ball carrier for the Bulldogs. Not a big guy, 5'7", 150, but he runs hard. You always know you're getting Ryan Banks' best effort. As the Bulldogs, second down and 5. Taji Taylor, the tight end on the right now. 3 receivers to the left. Second down call. Throw to the left. It's too high for Benny Norman. He makes a great catch. Gets the first down and then some out to the 45. The pass behind him. A one-handed grab and then a first down.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal play by Benny Norman. In fact, that ball was pretty doggone close to being picked. And he did a great job of keeping his attention on it, his focus, pulling it in with one hand, doing a spin out, and then getting a first down. Huge play.
10 yards on the reception out to the 45-yard line. Bulldogs with a first down. Benny North's 8th reception of the season. That one for 10 yards. Bulldogs at their 45. The give is to Ryan Bankus off the left side. He trips up and it is brought down. He will get a couple on the play out to the 48-yard line. Pick up a 3. Second down and 7. Clock running, 9:20 to go in the opening half. Wyoming Valley West leading this one by a score of 7-0. Lonzinski trotted to the sideline across the way from us for the play call. Dre Wilk will split wide to the left. Noor in a slot to the right. Braden Boone outside of him. Second down call. Lonzinski fires a quick out to Noor over midfield looking for running room. Flag flies as he's close to the first down, but this one may come back. Usually on a play like that, we're looking for a hold.
Yeah, I think there was a hold by the Berwick receiver on the outside. a great play. It didn't need to hold either because the play was there without that.
It's clear, guys, from what we've seen the last two plays, Berwick needs to get the ball in the hands to Benny North.
Absolutely. I was hesitant to say it earlier, but, you got lost on that one-hand grab. And, that was a key play, keeping this drive alive. But, again, a penalty. You have to, dig deep, work as a team, and overcome it. But it's tough to overcome any penalty against any team, much less a strong Valley West team. And they are playing good defense.
It'll be 2nd and 15 now for the Bulldogs back at their 40-yard line. Shot to the left side. Dre Wilkins wide to the right. Onsinski out of the gun. 2nd and long. Has the snap. Rolls left. Throws on the run. Has his man Taji Taylor, who gets out to about the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. He'll pick up about 6 on the play. 3rd and 9 coming for Berwick. And again, those penalties. We saw a penalty on Berwick's first possession, which really hurt the cause. Had the ball down at the 10-yard line of Valley West. Came away with no points on that one. And now, Bulldogs, 3rd down and 9 at the 45. 3 receivers to the right. Nor, Boone, and Dre Wilk. Onsinski has the snap back to throw. Looking, nothing there. Steps up into it, fires downfield way over the head of Benny Noor, who was open at the 40. That pass doesn't sail. Berwick has the first down and then some, as we'll have an injury timeout on the field. 7:46 to go in the opening half. Wyoming Valley West 7, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Berwick Football and Sports Radio, HLM.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Welsh's Towing and Repair proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs and wishes them a successful year. Welsh's Towing and Repair has a long tradition of helping. You can call Welsh's 24/7 at 759-9737 if you are in need of a tow, jump start, tire change, are locked out, or to request them on scene if you're in an accident. Welsh's accepts all major insurance and motor clubs, and they offer all types of preventive maintenance and state inspections for cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Welsh's Towing and Repair, South Mercer Street in Berwick, and at their South Center Storage Facility, Columbia Boulevard in Berwick.
Discover the money-saving benefits of a new Bazing checking account from First Columbia Bank. Save money while you support our local businesses. You can save 10% on children's clothing, cameras, auto repair bills, or haircuts. You can get free bagels with a purchase or upgrade those chips to fries for free. And there's more. Not only will you save money with local and national shopping and dining deals, you'll also get cell phone protection, roadside assistance, prescription drug savings, and more. Visit First Columbia Bank to open your Bazing checking account today.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Injured player is Javon Gamble, linebacker for the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West. He is being helped off and not putting any weight on that left foot as Berwick facing a 4th down punting situation. Benny Noor on to do that. Ryan Myers and Connor Olszewski deep. Olszewski has a punt return touchdown on the season. So he is a good return man, good all-around player for this team. Maybe as good a player as they have as far as being all-around receiver, defensive back, leads the conference in interceptions, had one earlier. And as I mentioned, has a punt return touchdown on the season. As Noor's kick very, very high, short, and Bo Sheptok will down at about the 32-yard line. So just 22 yards on that punt. Spartans will take over, 1st and 10, near their 31. 7:36 to go in this opening half, and Valley West leading 7-0.
Yeah, Jim, looking at this game and as it's developing, that 36-yard run by Cobb up the goal line did a lot to change the field position of this game because the punting for both teams is in that 20 to 30-yard range. And based on the limited movement of both offenses right now, it's kind of, Valley West has the advantage field position-wise as of late, having, instead of being inside the 10, they've been outside the 30 the last two drives, which has been significant.
From their 31-yard line, toss sweep left side, Isaiah Cobb, great defensive work. He'll lose yardage on the play. That is number 71, Harrison Snyder, a sophomore who's really been coming on as this season progressed. He got that penetration and would not be denied. The loss of 5 back to the 27-yard line. Second down and 15. You don't often get Isaiah Cobb with negative yardage. Snyder did a great job there from his defensive end position. And now it's second and 15 Spartans back at their 27-yard line. Bus out of the gun. He's back to throw. He's looking long down the far side. One-on-one situation. And Olszewski over the shoulder catch. It goes in for the touchdown. Luke Bus to Connor Olszewski. 73 yards. Terrific pass and terrific catch.
Absolutely. He caught that in full stride. He never slowed down. Over the shoulder catch. High on the ball. And it was good coverage. It wasn't bad coverage. It was just a perfectly thrown ball and very well caught pass in full stride. Great job. Great run.
Boy, 2 huge plays for the Spartans in this half has put them up a couple of scores. Luke Bus, 73 yards to Connor Olszewski. Earlier we saw a 46-yard run by Isaiah Cobb. Again, for the second time, the Spartans having some communication issues with getting the right personnel on for the extra point. Didn't hurt them the first time. Glenn Langley will attempt the extra point. Olszewski will hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Time on the field, 6:48 to go first half. Wyoming Valley West 14. Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Sports Radio, HLN.
If you haven't been to name brand liquidations in the Berwick Plaza Shopping Center, you're missing out on great values. At name brand liquidations, you'll save money from 50 to 90% on everything imaginable. From furniture to food to bedding, you name it. Name brand liquidations not only sells a huge variety of merchandise, they feature name brands just like their name says, at low prices. When you're in the market for anything, shop at the store that has everything. Name brand liquidations. Wishing the Berwick Bulldogs a great season.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
2 marquee players on this Wyoming Valley West team. Connor Olszewski, Isaiah Cobb, and both of those players have come through with huge plays in its opening half. Cobb, 46-yard touchdown run. Moments ago, Olszewski, 73-yard pass from Luke Bus. Terrific throw. A good catch and run. It's 14-0. Wyoming Valley West, 6:48 to go in the half. Cardona's kickoff will be fielded by Dre Wilk on the line at the 15-yard line to the 20. Looking for room over the 30. Gets away from a man to the 35. Spins out to the 38. Nice return by Dre Wilk. But now Berwick in a tough spot. They've got to get some offense going. Wyoming Valley West, with their ball control offense, has the Bulldogs right where they want them. A 14-0 Spartan lead. 6:39 remaining in the half. Makai Welk started off the field. Now he starts back on. He will be in the secondary for the Bulldogs to move from our left to our right. First and 10, their own 38-yard line. Bulldogs' return game has been good. Nice return there by Wilk. Earlier we saw a 60-yard return by Braden Boone. First and 10. Onsinski fires a quick out, and it's dropped by Braden Boone. Pass low. Boone went down trying to make the play, and it'll be a second down and 10. Onsinski has had problems with accuracy on this season. Probably had his best game in that regard in that big victory over Williamsport a couple of weeks ago. But his throws have not been there so far in this game. Second down and 10. Berwick at their own 38-yard line. Slot to the right, wide receiver left. Knorr comes in motion. Hand off to him. Good penetration by the Spartans, and he will lose yardage back to the 35-yard line. Thought I saw a flag fly. Yes, there is one. So it'll be a loss of 3, and we'll check the flag. If it's against Berwick and declined, it would be a 3rd and long. It is a holding call, the second of the game against the Bulldogs. They have not shown any ability to throw it downfield. I'm not surprised that the Spartans are going to decline this penalty and bring up a 3rd down and 13 back at the 35-yard line. 6:27 remaining. Opening half. Wyoming Valley West 14 and Berwick nothing. 3rd down call. Slot to the right side. Onzinski has the step. Back to throw. Steps up into it. He is going to be sacked back at the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard of the play with Spencer Kishbaugh. Wide open downfield, but the pass rush works.
Yeah, the pass rush just overcame the line on that particular play. If that ball could have been released a hair earlier, just let the receiver run under it. He had both Spencer Kishbaugh and Trey Wilk open about 40 yards downfield, and certainly would have been a score.
Kishbaugh has turned out to be a great receiver. He's averaging over 18 yards to catch. He was open for a would-be touchdown against Tunkhannock last week, but they weren't able to connect. Back at the 20-yard line, Norris kicks it away, and Olszewski bobbles the ball but comes up with it. Now, turning the corner, needs a block and a great tackle in the open field by Spencer Kishbaugh. Valley West wants a penalty. Is there one on the play? Tackled up high. A good tackle by him in the open field. Looked like there was room on this near sideline.
Well, if he didn't make that tackle, that may have been a touchdown. And I think Valley West is arguing they wanted a horse collar tackle, but he didn't have him behind the shoulder pad. He had the back of his jersey and just pulled him down. And that was just, Kishbaugh's strength. But that was a big play in this game.
So the Spartans will get it at their own 35-yard line with 5:16 remaining in this opening half. And Berwick trailing this one by a score of 14-0. 2 big plays, 46-yard run from scrimmage, 73-yard pass play. After a shift, Cobb is the lone running back. 2 blockers to the left. The pitch is to the left. Cobb with a head of steam. And what a run by him out to the 43-yard line. Just shedding blockers along the way. Berwick played it pretty well, but they had smaller corners coming up trying to make the play. That's tough.
Yeah, it was the same play they ran on the goal line on a 36-yard run earlier. And on this particular 8-yard run, I think Berwick did a nice job of putting the corner out, not giving up outside leverage, but it was just a mismatch physically.
8 yards on the carry by Isaiah Cobb. 2nd down and 2 for the Spartans at their 43-yard line. Bus, toss sweep, left side to Cobb again. Hit behind the line again. It's that sophomore. Harrison Snyder brings him down for a loss on the play. Snyder, great job from his defensive end spot.
He's doing a great job. He's really stepped up as a young sophomore, as a leader. He's strong. He's worked in the off-season. His father played for Berwick back in the 90s. And just a football family. He has several brothers. They all play. And his commitment is making a difference, not just for himself, but for his teammates. They look to him as a young leader. He's making plays.
3rd down and 3. Wyoming Valley West at their 42-yard line. Again, Berwick really bunched up along that line. Looks like a goal line defense. Less than a long count. Maybe try to draw the Bulldogs. And he will look to the sideline and they'll use the timeout. 3:44 to go in the half. 14-0 Spartans. You're listening to Berwick Football and Sports Radio. HLN.
Hey guys, Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander Greater Hazleton Used Car Superstore. That's right. We've got a huge selection. We have over 2,000 used cars on the web, and we have over 200 on site here in Hazleton. Whether you're looking for a pre-owned Denali truck, a Chevy Silverado, a Corvette, a BMW, we have a huge selection here at Blaze Alexander. If you're looking for a good pre-owned car, we're getting them in by the truckloads. So if you're in the market and you want a choice, come to Blaze Alexander Greater Hazleton and see where we have the cars and take the deals the other guys won't.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Jim Doyle and Kaz Curry from Spartans Stadium in Kingston. We have 3 minutes, 44 seconds remaining in the opening half. Wyoming Valley West leading Berwick 14-0. Spartans with the ball following their timeout, facing 3rd down and 3 at their own 42-yard line. Swainbank comes in motion. The call goes to Cobb, lowers his shoulder, extends for the first down. He's close, but I'm not sure. Tristan English doing a good job coming from his linebacker position. And they gave him the spot and the first down at the 45-yard line. So they needed 3. They got exactly that. Spartans with 2 timeouts remaining, plenty of time left, 3.5 minutes to go in the half. 14-0 is tough. 21-0 might be impossible for the Bulldogs. So they need a stop on the 45-yard line. Toss sweep left side to Cobb. He's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Good play from the secondary. Ryan Bankus in the secondary. He was the first one there. He's given up a good 60, 70 pounds, but he made the play.
He's just a tough kid. He plays with the heart of a 300-pound animal. I mean, I love his motor. I love what he does. He just gives everything he has and leaves it on the field.
2nd down and 10 for the Spartans at their 45-yard line. Clock running, 2:44 remaining in this opening half. Bulldogs need a stop. Slot to the left. Bus. Low snap. Back to throw. Hits and gets it away, and it's tipped incomplete. Aaron Hacker got his hands on the football. James Deandra putting the heat on the quarterback, Luke Buss, and then Hacker, who does a great job getting after the quarterback that time, got his hands on the ball. 3rd down and 10. Bulldogs need to stop.
Hacker did a great job. He has 26 tackles on the year, but 9 of those are tackles for loss. So he's a critical player when it comes to making big plays in key situations. And he almost intercepted that ball, which could have been a real game changer, but excellent job by Alex.
Bulldogs have 3 timeouts left, but they need a stop here on 3rd down and 10. Spartans at their own 45-yard line. Buss has the snap, back to throw, and he's going to be sacked inside the 40-yard line. Spencer Kishbaugh coming hard. Andrew Block is there as well. And getting off the bottom of the pile is that sophomore we've been talking so much about, Harrison Snyder. So Berwick gets the stop they needed. A loss of 7 back to the 38-yard line. Bulldogs will use one of those 3 timeouts right here. 2:04 to go first half, 14-0. Wyoming Valley West, you're listening to Bulldogs Football and Sports Radio, HLM.
Riverview Block of Berwick, with over 75 years of service, can handle all your block and concrete needs. They carry all sizes of concrete block, including decorative E.P. Henry landscaping block. Their concrete is PennDOT approved and delivered with front discharge trucks. Riverview Block also carries masonry supplies, tools, cement, sand, and stone. For prompt delivery, call Riverview Block, 570-752-7191. Riverview Block is proud to support the Berwick Bulldogs.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Berwick with 2 timeouts remaining. They've just used one because they have forced Wyoming Valley West into a punting situation back at their 38-yard line, 4th and 17. The punting has not been good for the Spartans, so Bulldogs get any kind of return from Braden Boone or Dre Wilk. They'll have good field position with 2 timeouts remaining, trailing 14-0. Again, 2:08 to go in the half. Snap is there, and the kick is away. This is a much better kick. And Boone will field it at the 27-yard line to the far side of the field to the 35, breaks the tackle, gets out to the 40-yard line. Nice return by Braden Boone. And Berwick with 2 timeouts remaining, 1:57 left on the clock, will have the football. Javon Gamble, who the way he came off earlier with that injury, did not look like he would be back in the game, tried to talk his way onto the field, and he was limping noticeably. Coaching staff picked up on that and said, no, you can't be in, at least not just yet. Berwick, 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. They move from our left to our right. 1:57 to go in the half. Bulldogs down a couple of touchdowns. The call goes to Ryan Bakus, tackled from behind. Well, that's a good defensive play from behind.
On the block that made that tackle. Did a nice job of getting off the block and made a straight tackle. Otherwise, that could have been a 5-6 yard gain.
As it is with 3 yards to the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Clock running, 1:36 to go in the half. Back to throw, quick out to Drew Wilk, and he is brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive work by Patrick Mead, the corner. Clock continues to run. Berwick, 3rd down and 5. Sub coming on late for the Spartans. Lonzinski out of the gun, has the snap, back to throw. Fires, has his man Benny Knorr, and Knorr has the first down just over midfield. The Bulldogs keep this drive alive. Knorr getting involved in the receiving. Clock starts to run now. 1 minute remaining. 2 timeouts left. Lonzinski out of the gun. Has time, fires to the sideline, has Spencer Kishbaugh, breaks one tackle and another, but gets just to the 43-yard line of the Spartans. The clock runs and timeout Berwick. 44 seconds to go first half. Wyoming Valley West leads Berwick 14-0. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Sports Radio, HLM.
Sports injury got you down? No one knows sports medicine like Lehigh Valley Health Network and Coordinated Health. Their unrivaled sports team has the highest orthopedic success rates in the region. With more than 30 years experience, they put athletes first and provide same-day appointments. Don't let a sports injury slow you down. Learn more at lvhn.org/sports medicine or call 888-402-LVHN.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Jim Doyle and Cos Curry from Spartan Stadium in Kingston. 44 seconds remaining in this opening half. Wyoming Valley West leading Berwick 14-0. The Bulldogs have a 2nd down and 3. They have it at the Spartan 43-yard line. Berwick with 1 timeout remaining. Lonzinski has the shotgun snap, and he's back to throw, and he's looking long to the far side to Benny Knorr. Knorr makes the catch inside the 15-yard line. Flag on the play, probably on the Spartans. Knorr doing a great job coming back, making the catch.
That was an awesome catch. That was a wobbly ball. Lonzinski, this is his best series so far. He threw 2 lasers, timing's good, and that one, the timing is good. May have slipped out of his hand, but Knorr did a good job of side adjusting, coming back to the ball, going up and catching it, and penalty on Valley West for pass interference. He still made the catch, and Berwick refusing, and here we 1st and 10 for the 14.
30 yards on the reception from the 13-yard line. Lonzinski back to throw, looking. Now he's rolling right, keeps the football, gets down to the 5-yard line. 8-yard run. Berwick has 1 timeout left, and they will use it. The Bulldogs call a timeout. 22 seconds to go in the half. 8 yards on the carry by Lonzinski. And the Bulldogs 14-0. There will be no field goal try here.
No, absolutely not. In fact, Lonzinski's this is his best series so far. And in fact, that was a very good decision because all the receivers recovered. He did a good job of keep protecting the ball, using his hips, using his feet, making people miss, and getting the Dogs down to the 5-yard line in a 2nd and 1 situation.
22 seconds remaining in this opening half. Boy, this would be a big score. Berwick could get in the end zone. They trail 14-0, and Wyoming Valley West will get the football to start this 2nd half. You're just joining us. The Bulldogs had great opportunities in their first 2 possessions. Starting 1 possession at the Wyoming Valley West 25, the other on the Spartan 36-yard line. Came away with no points. Block field goal, an interception. But now the Bulldogs with a chance to cut that lead in half. 3 receivers to the left. Lonzinski from the gun. 22 seconds to go. Osinski back to throw. It opens up for him. He carries the football. He's brought down at the 1 or 2 yard line. No timeouts left for Berwick. Carmen DiFrancesco telling his quarterback to spike the ball. They come to the line of scrimmage, and he does just that with 13 seconds to go. Nicely done.
Excellent job. Very good job on the field there. Good play management. A good decision, too. Again, receivers are covered. You know the clock's running. Make something out of nothing and have a second and goal on the 1 yard line. And with no timeouts left, excellent job by the staff and by the players. Really made it happen there.
12 seconds now remaining in this first half. Berwick at the Wyoming Valley West 1 yard line. This drive started at the Bulldog 40. Here we go. They come quickly to the line of scrimmage. DeAndre is the fullback, flag down on the play. And too much time on the part of the Bulldogs, almost an unforgivable penalty in that spot. They had the ball at the 1 yard line, and now it's back at the 6 yard line. Still 12 seconds to go. Bulldogs were hurrying up to the line of scrimmage, but to no avail. Carmen DiFrancesco wants an explanation. I was not looking at the play clock, so I can't tell where that was. Carmen doesn't like the call, and it's a huge penalty. The ball at the 6 yard line of the Spartans that really, really changes the play clock.
Yeah, when I looked at the play clock, there were 22 seconds on it, and I didn't see the back judge with his hand up. So I'm really surprised at that chain of events. I just didn't see it coming.
Now the Spartans will use the timeout. They see what Berwick comes up with. We'll keep it right here with 12 seconds remaining in the half. Boy, moments ago, Berwick 1 yard away from cutting this lead in half before halftime. Now a much, much more challenging situation from the 6 yard line, but they have time to talk about it because of the Spartan timeout.
Right, it was second and goal on the 1, now it's second and goal on the 6. In the big picture, it's not as problematic as it looks. The big problem is the time on the clock. So if there was, with 12 seconds left, arguably you have 2 plays left, 2 short passes. Of course, they're short, 2 passes. But in the bigger picture, if you had a minute left or a timeout or two, you can use the strength of your team, which is your run game, going straight at it. I think Berwick's had a lot of success going between the 5 and 6 hole, which is end-to-end straightforward. Struggled a little bit on the outside because of Valley West speed, and I think they have leverage based on the way their defense is set up. But certainly that's an adjustment they can look at halftime as to how to make that work and make it better for the team and making those outside plays work better.
Yeah, second and goal, just 12 seconds remaining. The Berwick might have 2 plays if they go to the air. All these 2, and that's what we would anticipate. See how they line up. DeAndre is the fullback ahead of Nora in the I formation from the 6 yard line. Osinski rolls right up, play action, lifts into the end zone, nothing there, throws, and it's dropped. It's dropped, had a man, 6 seconds to go. DeAndre couldn't pull it down, but one more play.
A great call. It was a waggle, a play action to the right. There were 2 receivers open. I thought Langisti did a really good job of baiting Valley West, making them run to him, extending the play, moving to his right. Got Andre open. He threw him open. It was right in his hands. Unfortunately, he dropped it. I don't think he was expecting it.
6 seconds remaining in the opening half. Berwick trailing 14-0. Bulldogs at the Spartans 6 yard line. No timeouts left for Berwick. 3 receivers to the left. Spencer Kishball's in to the right. And he's looking that way. He has it for the touchdown. Lunzinski to Spencer Kishball. 6 yards for the score.
Excellent play. With 6 left open, a quick look into the right to Spencer Kishball. Didn't go perfect. Everything about that play went well. The results are a win. Great job.
Now a chance to cut the lead exactly in the half as Brendan Hinkle will come on to attempt the extra point for the Bulldogs out of the hold of Braden Boone. Try to make it a 14-7 game. Lear's snap is a good one. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Time on the field, 3 seconds remaining opening half. Wyoming Valley West 14, Berwick 7. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Sports Radio, HLM.
Forge Pub and Eatery on 11th and Mulberry in Berwick is where you need to go when you want a delicious homemade meal. Forge is open every day at 11 with free delivery to the Berwick area. Follow their Facebook page to get the daily specials. They have a full bar, 10 beers on tap, 6 rotating seasonal brews, and an extensive selection of domestic and craft beer. It's the perfect place to go out with colleagues or for date night. Forge will always impress. Forge Pub and Eatery in Berwick is a proud supporter of the Berwick Bulldogs football team.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Bennett Hinkle will kick off. He's not likely to go long. Olszewski, a good return man. Just 3 seconds to go in the half. Hinkle's kick squibs it along the turf. And a Wyoming Valley West player down at the 32. Still 2 seconds left in the half. So the Spartans will get it with 5-for-1 play. Boy, what a great series by Berwick. And Matt Linsinski really came up big on that series. A couple of good runs, 2 good throws, 30 yards to Benny Knorr, 6 yards on the touchdown to Spencer Kishbaugh. And the Bulldogs are definitely in this game as we'll be heading to the locker room after this kneel down by Luke Butts. 1 half in the books here at Spartan Stadium in Kingston. Wyoming Valley West 14, Berwick 7. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Sports Radio HLM.
Northeast Pennsylvania, it's your home. And no matter what stage of life you find yourself in, what you rely on most is security. When that house becomes a home, the moment you get that new car, when your dreams become a reality, it's times like this when you have to look to the experts for advice and financial peace of mind. They're there with innovative products and services to help you with your financial future every step of the way. Together, they will help dreams and goals become reality. They are more than a bank. They're your neighbor. They are First Keystone Community Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Yannick Real Estate is your full-service real estate agency. Buying, selling, residential, commercial, multifamily, land, and rental management. Call Yannick Real Estate. Owner Mike Yannick, a veteran himself, served his country and has been serving this area for decades. Mike and his staff will guide you through the real estate process. Veterans, be sure to check the VA loan options. Yannick Real Estate, your full-service real estate agency. 1232 West Front Street in Berwick. Call 759-3300.
Whether it's the heat of the preseason or the heart of the postseason, teams will always get a little boost from playing at home. Speaking of a boost at home, State Farm can boost your savings when you combine your homeowner's insurance with your auto coverage. So score one for the home team. Talk to State Farm agents Lori Powell or Sean Black in Berwick, or Melissa Price in Nescapec about big savings for combining home and car coverage. Give State Farm agents Melissa Price, Sean Black, or Lori Powell a call today.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Kim Doyle and Kaz Curry from Spartan Stadium in Kingston. 46 meeting between Berwick and Wyoming Valley West. A 14-7 Spartan lead at the break. Berwick had great opportunities in that opening half. They had the ball first and 10 at the Spartan 25-yard line, marked it to the 10, a key penalty, came away with no points. Then later, a 60-yard kick return by Braden Boone. Actually, that 60-yard kick return was early on. They had the ball at the 36-yard line of the Spartans. Again, came away with nothing. And the game really turned when the Spartans backed up to their own 1-yard line on a 3rd and long. They pitched the ball to Isaiah Cobb, and he raced 36 yards. That flipped the field. and changed things for the remaining half. There was no scoring through one quarter. But in the second quarter, Cobb took that pitch and raced 46 yards for a touchdown, capping a six-play, 75-yard drive. Another big play along the way, a 15-yard pass completion from Luke Buss to Connor Olszewski. Glenn Langley, the first female kicker in the history of Wyoming Valley West High School, kicked it through early in the second. Spartans with a 7-0 lead. And then they were backed up on a 3rd and long situation in the second quarter, backed up to their own 27-yard line. They sent Connor Olszewski deep down the far side. Beautiful throw by Luke Buss. Pass and catch, 73-yard touchdown. Glenn Langley again with the extra point. 14-0 was the Wyoming Valley West lead. Berwick got the ball at their own 40. A couple of timeouts left, but under 2 minutes to play. And Matt Lenzinski, who struggled for much of that half, came through big. He had a couple of big runs. He had a 30-yard completion to Spencer Kishbaugh. And then with just seconds remaining, Berwick at the 6-yard line, he hit Spencer Kishbaugh over the middle for the touchdown. Brendan Hinkle with the extra point. That was with just 3 seconds remaining in the half. And that cuts the lead in half. At the break, it is Wyoming Valley West 14, Berwick 7. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Sports Radio HLN.
Don's Towing on Route 11 in Bloomsburg can handle any tow, whether it's a car or big rig, 24/7. Don's has roadside assistance, and your satisfaction is their priority. They always have a truck available, and you'll never wait more than 20 minutes to be picked up and on your way again. Don't let a flat tire ruin your day. Don's Towing will help you get where you need to go without breaking the bank. They accept all insurances, and those that pay out of pocket will appreciate their low prices. Don's Towing, Route 11, Bloomsburg, or check out their Facebook page.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top-quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
Forge Pub and Eatery on 11th and Mulberry in Berwick is where you need to go when you want a delicious homemade meal. Forge is open every day at 11 with free delivery to the Berwick area. Follow their Facebook page to get the daily specials. They have a full bar, 10 beers on tap, 6 rotating seasonal brews, and an extensive selection of domestic and craft beer. It's the perfect place to go out with colleagues or for date night. Forge will always impress. Forge Pub and Eatery in Berwick is a proud supporter of the Berwick Bulldogs football team.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
See the winning lineup of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and quality pre-owned vehicles at Bear Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Berwick. They have a body shop and full service center servicing all makes and models, and they have been servicing your community for over 30 years. Bear Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram has earned the highest possible rating from Chrysler and the prestigious J.D. Power Award for excellence. Bear Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram Pine Street in Berwick proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs. Go Dogs!
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Halftime from Spartan Stadium in Kingston with Wyoming Valley West leading Berwick by a score of 14-7. We saw for the first time Isaiah Cobb, who came into this game with all kind of credentials. 6'1", 240-pound sophomore running back for the Spartans. Came in with 1,092 yards, 13 touchdowns. Guys, I thought Berwick did well on him in the first half, and yet he still got his numbers.
I got to tell you, I think Berwick did an outstanding job. You know, it's unfortunate when you play against a great back, it's every down, every play. And he broke one. But what I have statistically at this point is 16 carries for 74 yards, with 46 of those coming on one play. So when you consider Berwick has held him to 28 yards on the 15 other carries, including several for a loss or no gain, they've really done a nice job. I think what they have to do defensively is just sheer up and not give up leverage on the corner, because that's where he has hurt them. I mean, it was a 36-yard run. It was the 46-yard run. And it just looks to me like, you know, and again, his total yardage because he had several losses in there. So I'm taking that off. But the bottom line is Berwick's done well, and he's got, you know, take care of that corner play and putting the defense in a position to not give up that leverage, and always be prepared for cutback lanes, in your cutback lanes for what Isaiah Cobb is able to do.
Guys, I do not have a vote for All-State, but if I did, Spencer Kishbro would be there somewhere. The only debate on my part would be, do you put him on offense or defense or both? Because not only does he make plays, but impact plays. You mentioned second on the team in tackles, tied for that coming in. But going into this game, 12 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks. Offensively, he's got 13 catches now, but 3 of them for touchdowns. He's averaging over 20 yards a catch. So his plays are impactful.
He is an impactful player. He's a leader on the team, and he just, you know, the games that I have observed and watched this year with him specifically playing, he's the motor that makes or breaks it. And when he plays extremely well, the rest of the team plays well. And I think they really look to him as a leader. I mean, this kid, you know, I'm impressed with him on so many levels. And not just as a football player, but, you know, as a boxer. And, you know, he boxes on an amateur level. So his conditioning, his strength, his body fat's nearly nothing. Like, he's one of these gym rats that just does everything possible to get better and continue to improve. And, you know, I'd say from a voting perspective, to put him on an all-star, all-state team, you could pick he could be either side of the ball, because he has that kind of impact. And I'm probably more partial to putting him on defensively because of what I have seen him do in making plays and owning that position as an outside linebacker this season.
The other player I'm really impressed with, Berwick, and it's a week-to-week seems to get better and better, is Harrison Snyder. From that defensive end position, he's also playing on the offensive side of the football, but from the defensive end position, he has held his ground and made some plays as well.
Well, you know, he is. He's lived in the weight room, as I said earlier. He's just a program kid, and he's committed. He's 100% buy-in, and I think as a young sophomore, I think he just resonates positivity and a great attitude about not just wanting to play football, but wanting to do well. Winning is important to him, and his off-season preparation is what's putting him in a position. He continues to get better every single game. Really proud of his ability and his everything I just said. Just a great kid.
You can't overstate how important that touchdown with 3 seconds to go in the half was. Wyoming Valley West likes to keep the football, and they do a very good job of that with Isaiah Cobb. 14-0 lead for them looks bigger than 14. So that was the game, but again, I don't think Berwick can go down 2 touchdowns in the second half.
No, I think that's going to be very difficult to overcome just based on, you know, what each team's abilities are and the scouting report that we know for this particular against Valley West. I'm really impressed, though, on that last drive because it was just, 2 minutes and 4 seconds left before Berwick got the ball back on their own 40. They needed to go 60 yards, and they did, but it was the poise after the penalty on the 1 yard line that put them in a second and goal from the 6 with 12 seconds left. And I'm just really happy to see that, you know, even though the first play was a drop, a good play call, everything went well, people executed, sometimes you just drop. Every kid gets a mulligan. And to come back the next play knowing you had one more shot and that was it, to make the play, and the timing was impeccable on that looking pass, and just really caught Valley West flat-footed. And I also also like the fact that throughout this game, this first half, I like what I see where the players are looking to each other. You know, they came out early, moved the ball, and then when the momentum shifted and then Berwick lost it, they didn't put their heads down. They rallied. They looked to each other, played as a team, encouraged each other, and that was great to see. Because that doesn't always happen. With all due respect, again, I said that earlier, all due respect. But I mean, it's something that it was awesome to see. And as long as they keep that attitude and keep working and playing for each other, not as individuals, they got a legitimate shot to win this game.
14-7 is the Wyoming Valley West lead here at halftime. Waiting the arrival, we see the Bulldogs making their way on the far side of the field. We'll be back with the kickoff to start the second half. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Sports Radio, HLM.
Welsh's Towing and Repair proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs and wishes them a successful year. Welsh's Towing and Repair has a long tradition of helping. You can call Welsh's 24/7 at 759-9737 if you are in need of a tow, jump start, tire change, are locked out, or to request them on scene if you're in an accident. Welsh's accepts all major insurance and motor clubs, and they offer all types of preventive maintenance and state inspections for cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Welsh's Towing and Repair, South Mercer Street in Berwick, and at their South Center Storage Facility, Columbia Boulevard in Berwick.
Quality care for your dental health at Berwick Dental Arts, 105 West 9th Street in Berwick. State-of-the-art equipment comes together with a tradition of 45 years of personalized care. From the youngest to the oldest patient, let Berwick Dental Arts doctors and staff take care of every aspect of your dental needs. They'll process all types of insurances. Make your appointment today. Call Berwick Dental Arts friendly staff at 752-4542. Berwick Dental Arts, making smiles beautiful.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
Looking for that perfect new vehicle for you and your family? Look no further than Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car, truck, or SUV, no matter what you're looking for, you can find it at Fairfield at a fantastic deal.
Find it at Fairfield.
During Jeep Adventure Days, you can go on or off-road all while getting a fantastic deal. Drive home a brand new 2021 Jeep Compass, just $25,900. It's also Ram Power Days, 1500s, 2500s, 3500s, and more. You won't find a bigger selection anywhere else. Make sure to take a look at their ad in the Web Weekly for all their incredible deals.
Find it at Fairfield.
Stop in and see the Kaiser Boys on Route 405 in Muncie or Dan Goldman on Route 11 in Danville. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
Offers on select vehicles for qualified buyers only. Not all will qualify. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. All offers end October 31st. See dealer for complete details.
Find it at Fairfield.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Just a couple minutes away from the kickoff to start the second half here at Spartans Stadium in Kingston. Berwick and Wyoming Valley West coming in with 3-3 records. And a 14-7 Spartan lead. 2 big plays. 46-yard run by Isaiah Cobb. 73-yard touchdown pass. Luke Buss to Connor Olszewski. And Berwick staying in the game as a result of a well-engineered 60-yard drive that culminated in a 6-yard touchdown pass from Matt Lenzinski to Spencer Tishball, with just 3 seconds to go in the half to make it 14-7. As Brendan Hinkle set to kick off, Ryan Myers, Connor Olszewski deep. Spartans will move the ball from our left to our right. Review things here in the second half. And both these teams probably headed for postseason play, but both would like to improve their seeding. Berwick currently 4th in District 2 Quad A, which would mean a home game. But if they can move up the ladder, have the possibility of a home game if they win that opener. So we're set to go. Second half. To begin, Hinkle approaches the ball, and it's underway. The kick very, very high and short, and Olszewski at the 12-yard line up the middle to the 15, to the 20, gets by one man and another. Trying to run him down is Tajee Taylor, and a good return out over the 35-yard line to the far side. He is just an excellent all-around player. Leads the conference in interceptions. He had one in the opening half. Caught that long touchdown pass, which is the difference in the game right now. Good return man as well. He returned a punt earlier this season for a touchdown. 1st and 10, Spartans at their own 35-yard line. Just underway in the second half. Wyoming Valley West with that 7-point advantage. Isaiah Cobb is the lone running back. Luke Buss under center. Berwick lined up as if this were a goal line situation. As the ball goes to Olszewski, and a big, big play for a loss. Dre Wilk not fooled at all and makes the play for a huge loss back to the 30.
Yeah, it was an excellent read by Dre Wilk. He broke a gap, and nobody on the line was ever expecting to block a defensive back. And he just made a great play, a great tackle, and big momentum shift, too, to start this game.
Second out at 15 now for the Spartans, back at their 30-yard line. Slot to the left side, Olszewski in the slot. Guy Welk in motion, so 3 receivers to that side. Buss looking that way. He'll never get a chance as Aaron Hacker sacks him back near the 20-yard line. Hacker, a terrific player for his defensive end position when it comes to rushing the passer. Did the job there.
Hacker did everything right on that play, from getting off the ball, beating the block, and sticking Buss. That was a great tackle and a really hard hit. Buss is a little shaken up and had to adjust his helmet and his shoulder pads after that play.
Loss of 6 on the play. Back to the 24-yard line. 3rd down and 21 for the Spartans at their 24-yard line. Slot to the left. Buss back to throw. Big pass rush again. Gets away. Headed toward the sideline. Hits hard in the open field out of the 24-yard line. Spencer Kishbaugh coming in for the Bulldogs. A great defensive series for Berwick to start this second half. It'll be 4th and 21. No gain on that play. And Spartans have not been doing well in the punting department. Bulldogs should get good field position. Ryan Myers back at his 10-yard line, awaiting the John McLaughlin snap. 2 people back for the Bulldogs. Snap is there. The kick is away. Very, very short and high. And will take a Spartan roll, but only go to their 48-yard line. So a 24-yard punt. Berwick will get the ball to start this second half. 10-12 to go in the third, and they will have it at the Spartans' 48-yard line.
Yeah, you know what? The punting game is having an impact on both teams today, but the advantage has been overall to Berwick for field position. And Berwick needs to take advantage of it now, put some points on the board, and put the offensive play that they started the game with. I think that's their bread and butter.
Bulldogs down 7 with the ball at the Spartan 48-yard line for their first possession of the second half. 10-12 to go in the third. Slot to the right side. Lonzinski out of the gun. Ryan Bankus is the running back. Fake to Bankus, and Lonzinski keeps the ball. He will not get to the line of scrimmage. Javon Gamble, who was injured in that first half, I didn't think we'd see him again. We saw him right there. Had a good defensive play to the 49-yard line, 2nd down and 11.
That was a real nice play by Javon Gamble, because if he didn't make that play, the offensive line drove back the Valley West defense 5 yards. They were on roller skates, and if it weren't for that play at the line of scrimmage, hardly a 1-yard loss, that would have been a big run.
2nd down and 11. Spencer Kishbaugh on a wing to the left. Slot to the right side. From the Wyoming Valley West 49, Lonzinski gives the ball to Bankus off the right side, has a little bit of running room, and then is cut down at the Spartan 45-yard line. He'll pick up close to 4 in the play. Third down coming for the Bulldogs. First third down play of this second half. 3rd and 7 at the Spartan 45-yard line. Lenzinski to the sideline to get the play. And we'll see what the Bulldogs come up with. If they get some yardage, but not the first down, they'll have a big decision to make here early in the third. 3 receivers to the left side. Lenzinski waits the shotgun snap. Third down call coming. He's got it. Quick out to Dre Wilk. Wilk looking for room. Turns the corner. Has the first out and then some. Forced out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So on a 3rd and 7, they pick up 13 yards.
That was a real nice play. Again, Tommy was there. Offensive, the line blocking was there. Guard and Dre Wilk stepped inside. Did a little spin out move, but he made that first down on his own merit. And it was an excellent job. Catch and run after.
1st and 10, Berwick at the Wyoming Valley West 32-yard line. Under 9 to go here in the third. Bulldogs trail the Spartans 14-7. Slot to the right side. Spencer Kishball on a wing to the left. Lenzinski hands the ball off to Bankus, and he's got some running room. Gets to the 27-yard line, 5 yards. Again, that offensive line for Berwick doing the job.
Excellent job. Valley West stacked the box that time. They were running a 3-4. That time they were in a 4-3. They had 7 guys. Then they walked the outside backer up into a 52 look. And I think the Berwick offensive line did a good job of creating a hole. Bankus found it. And real nice 5-yard run with all those bodies in there.
Benny Noor gets a breather now. He leaves the lineup. 2nd down and 5. Berwick on the march at the Wyoming Valley West 27-yard line. Slot to the left. Bo Sheptok in the slot. Dre Wilk outside of him. Call goes to Bankus again. Again, good running room, and he's got the first down inside the 20 down near the 16-yard line. Again, that offensive line doing a terrific job. And Bankus on the quick hitter with 9 yards and a first down.
Offensive line getting the job done. Bankus has great vision, sees the hole, accelerates into the hole, falls forward. Excellent run, excellent gain, and kudos to that offensive line.
At the Spartan 18-yard line, Bulldogs back close to a tying score here in the third. Slot to the right side. Lenzinski gives the ball to Bankus. Lots of running room inside the 5-yard line to the 4. 1st and goal, Berwick. And again, let's stop saying offensive line and name them. Harrison Snyder, Gavin Cunningham, Andrew Blockus, Chase Shuckers, Xander Unger. They are doing the job. 14 yards on the carry by Ryan Bankus. And the Bulldogs first and goal at the 4-yard line. Great looking drive. Now James DeAndre is in as a fullback. Benny Noor in there as the tailback in the eye from the 4-yard line.
Sports injury got you down? No one knows sports medicine like Lehigh Valley Health Network and Coordinated Health. Their unrivaled sports team has the highest orthopedic success rates in the region. With more than 30 years experience, they put athletes first and provide same-day appointments. Don't let a sports injury slow you down. Learn more at lvhn.org/sports medicine or call 888-402-LVHN.
If you have a child that's interested in gymnastics, or if you've been practicing the sport for years, then Access Gymnastics Academy is where you want to be. Their dedicated coaches will teach you everything you need to know to perform your best, from the basics of flexibility, form, and style to advanced techniques that will improve your rhythm and style during a routine. Call Heidi Rebuck at Access Gymnastics Academy at 570-441-5969. That's 570-441-5969. Now enrolling for beginner to advanced classes at 917 East 7th Street in Bloomsburg.
Berwick Notary Center, 1544 Orange Street, State Route 93, has been serving the Berwick community for over 50 years with the highest quality service as well as the lowest prices available. They offer services for driver's licenses, instant camera cards, registration renewals, boat, ATV, and snowmobile transfers. And they are messenger and agent approved. Open Monday through Friday, 9 till 5, and Saturday, 9 till 1. Check out their Facebook page or email them directly at berwicknotary@yahoo.com. Berwick Notary proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs. Go Dogs!
Riverview Block of Berwick, with over 75 years of service, can handle all your block and concrete needs. They carry all sizes of concrete block, including decorative EP Henry landscaping block. Their concrete is PennDOT approved and delivered with front discharge trucks. Riverview Block also carries masonry supplies, tools, cement, sand, and stone. For prompt delivery, call Riverview Block, 570-752-7191. Riverview Block is proud to support the Berwick Bulldogs.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Berwick, on their first possession of the second half, goes 8 plays, 48 yards. Benny Knorr in for the 4-yard line for the score. Brendan Hinkle with the extra point. On the ensuing kickoff, Berwick recovered a fumble by Olszewski, then unsportsmanlike against the Spartans. So Berwick, with the score tied at 14, will take over at the Wyoming Valley West 15-yard line.
That was an excellent coverage play by the Berwick kick team because they stayed in their lanes. They were spread across the field. And I'm not sure who came in to deliver the blow on Olszewski, I'm sorry. But he thought he was spinning. I didn't even see who was covering the fumble.
Call goes to Ryan Bankus. Ryan Bankus up the middle gets it coupled to the 12-yard line, 2nd down and 7. Again, we lost connection. I don't know how much of that scoring drive for Berwick you may have missed, but there was a 13-yard pass to Dre Wilk, a 14-yard run by Ryan Bankus, and eventually the 4-yard touchdown run by Benny Knorr to tie the score at 14 after Brendan Hinkle's extra point. And now the Bulldogs, after the fumble recovery, with a 2nd down call and 7 at the Spartan 12-yard line. Lonzinski gives the ball to Bankus, hit behind the line. He'll lose yardage back to the 16 or 17 as Jaden Swainbank with a big defensive play.
Yeah, they blew up our line on that play. We were, you got to play every down, every play, but Valley West, they're motivated now. Now, change of momentum. Berwick had it. That play changed it to Valley West, so we'll see how we respond here.
3rd down and 9 for Berwick at the 15-yard line of the Spartans. 5:26 to go in the third. Score tied at 14. Slot to the left, wide receiver right. Bankus to the left of Lonzinski, awaits the shotgun snap, and he has it. Play action. He's back to throw, and he's rolling left, and he throws. The ball tipped. Knorr makes a diving attempt, incomplete. Boy, a dangerous play. Again, Jaden Swainbank has been outstanding defensively for the Spartans, lowering the boom. That's a tough throw under any circumstance. A right-hander rolling left, and then he takes the hit. And we'll see. Berwick has tried 3 field goals this season, and none of them have been successful. So from the 15-yard line on a 4th and 9, they'll keep the offense in there, and they'll go for it. Score tied at 14, 5:11 remaining in the third. 3 receivers to the right, including Benny Knorr. Dre Wilk by himself, wide left. Lonzinski out of the empty backfield, back to throw, fires over the middle, incomplete, over the head of Knorr in the middle of the field at the 10. So Berwick misses a great opportunity. Wyoming Valley West takes over, score tied at 14, 5:06 remaining in the third.
It was an empty formation. Berwick came out, and Valley West stayed in a cover 2 base and played zone on that play. There were a couple of receivers open. Unfortunately, the ball didn't get there. But certainly something that the staff can see and come back to. And, again, Valley West has some momentum now, so, I'm sure they're going to go to Cobb and start looking at that outside toss to not just get points but get momentum back. and establish a run game.
Spartans from their own 15-yard line with a first down. Isaiah Cobb gets the call, breaks into the secondary, still on his feet, 30, 35, and just tripped up at the 40-yard line. Isaiah Cobb, he is something with a head of steam, and he got it there, and someone just got the back of his heels. That is a gain of 25 for Cobb out to the 40-yard line. First and 10 for the Spartans. We're under 5 minutes now remaining in the third quarter. So field position favored Berwick until the run by Cobb. He gets it again, this time tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. Nice play by Andrew Blockett. Got the ankles of Cobb. And they'll mark it right at the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Again, overall, Berwick doing a good job with Cobb, but every once in a while, he breaks one. Had a 46-yard touchdown, had a 25-yard run moments ago, but now second and 10 Spartans at their own 40. Luke Buss is the quarterback. Cobb is the lone running back. Two blocking backs to the right. They pitch it to the right, and Cobb has a head of steam and gets the first down over midfield to the Berwick 48-yard line. Those blocking backs did a nice job on Spencer Kishball at that time, and Tristan English has to make the play, not before Cobb gets 12 yards and a first down.
Yeah, again, it's a classic case of 240-pound back getting ahead of steam, squaring his shoulders, breaking some tackles, falling forward, nice run.
First and 10, Wyoming Valley West at the Bulldog 48-yard line. Again, blocking backs to the right. There were two of them. But they're going to go to the left with Cobb. Andrew Blockus with good penetration. He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Berwick plays it very, very well. Second down coming up.
Again, they came out in a strong formation, unbalanced, two Brown back to the right. We call Brown I call Brown two blockers and B and C gap. So there was a unbalanced to the right. They ran to the backside. Berwick did a great job of gap control, getting to the line of scrimmage, and stopping Cobb for a 1-yard loss, who down on the play. Looks like a trip at his knee or his ankle, won't speculate, but at any rate, they're giving him some medical attention.
Yeah, Isaiah Cobb being treated near midfield. We have 3 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the third. Berwick 14, Wyoming Valley West 13. You're listening to Bulldogs Football and Sports Radio, HLM.
The community of Berwick knows Bulldog tough. So when it's time to remodel your garage or replace your overhead door, go with the quality doors and service the Red Ribbon represents. Look for the Red Ribbon logo. It's a symbol of 100 years of great doors, great installation, and great service. Give Overhead Door Company of Berwick a call, 570-759-3053, or visit their website at ohdberwick.com. Overhead Door Company of Berwick proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Isaiah Cobb is on his feet and headed toward the sideline, walking well. 3:13 remaining in the third. Score tied at 14. We'll see what the Spartans do without Isaiah Cobb in the lineup. Colin Rude has come on. We'll see how running back is from the Berwick 49-yard line. The call goes to him. Spencer Kishbaugh wraps him up. It's Swainbank who got the call. Jaden Swainbank has been doing mostly blocking. Is brought down. Got a yard. Third down and 9. Spartans at the Berwick 47-yard line. We'll see how they play it without Isaiah Cobb in that backfield. Shot to the left side. Back to throw, and Spencer Kishbaugh all over him, a loss back at the 48-yard line. No chance. Again, a big play by Kishbaugh.
It was a big hit. It's a good thing because all of a sudden he was wide open in the middle of the field. And he had take that play. That could have been a game changer, a momentum changer. Cobb did leave the field. He did go into the locker room with the medical staff, so we hope he's okay and makes a return. We don't want to.
Clock running, under 2 to go in the third. Ryan Myers back to punt, standing back at the Spartan 35-yard line. Snap is there, and the kick is away. Nice kick this time, and the ball fielded at the 15-yard line by Wilk. He takes a chance, and he's tripped up as he gets to the 19-yard line. So that's where the Bulldogs will put it in play. 1:43 to go in the third quarter. And the score tied at 14 as Berwick putting together an impressive scoring drive at the end of the half and then a scoring drive to start this second half.
Yes, and, that was the best punt of the game, and I credit Will for making the catch and making 4 yards because that was one of those punts that would have rolled down inside the 5-yard line and had a bigger impact on field position for Berwick. But 1st and 10 at the 19 is a good place to start.
Bulldogs moving from our right to our left. Again, Isaiah Cobb went to the locker room. Of course, that's big on offense. It's big on defense as well. He is a starter on defense. Slonzinski gives the ball to Ryan Bankus off the right side. Bankus with a carry over the 20 to the 22-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and 7. Clock winding down here in the third quarter. Score tied at 14. And Berwick 2nd down and 7 at their own 22-yard line. Valley West 14, Berwick 14. One of these teams going to 4-3 when this one's over. Slot to the left side. Braden Boone in the slot. Trey Wilk outside of him now. Boone goes in motion to the right side. Lonzinski gives the ball again to Bankus. Hit behind the line, breaks free, gets a couple out to the 26-yard line. Make a much more manageable 3rd down and 3 for Berwick.
Yeah, in previous series, they were running Bankus in the A gap. Now they're running in the C gap. So last 2 plays, same plays, out of different formations. Bankus running hard, gaining 7 yards. And it's what we talked about earlier, establishing that outside perimeter game, and Berwick made some adjustments at halftime to be able to do that. They're in a good position here at 3rd and 3.
Here is the 3rd and 3 call coming. After a shift, Kishbaugh is the tight end on the left. Tajee Taylor off his left shoulder. The call goes to Bankus off the left side, looking for the first down. What a great effort by him over the 30 to the 33-yard line. He was stopped short, kept those legs going.
He did. He did a really nice job. There were flashbacks of Larry Zonka, for those who know who Larry Zonka was. Covering the ball with both hands, churning his legs, driving head up, feeding with his shoulder. Excellent.
And that is the end of the third quarter play with the score. Berwick 14, Wyoming Valley West 14. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Sports Radio, HLM.
S.J. Kowalski Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to offer the Air Scrubber by Aris. It reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses and their health effects. Air Scrubbers don't just treat the air, they also help to clean the surfaces of your home, such as countertops, bathrooms, kitchens, and doorknobs. The Air Scrubber is quick and easy, designed to fit into your existing HVAC system. Learn more by calling 1-888-KOWALSKI or on the web at sjkowalski.com.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Jim Doyle and Kaz Curry from Spartan Stadium in Kingston. 3 quarters of the books. Berwick and Wyoming Valley West locked in a 14-14 tie. Big development in that third quarter was the injury to Isaiah Cobb, the outstanding running back for Wyoming Valley West, who went to the locker room and has not returned. Berwick has the football. The Bulldogs will be moving from our left to our right as we view things here in the final period. They have a first down at the 33-yard line. Just a great effort by Ryan Bankus on the last play of that quarter. And now Benny Knorr is in there to take the shotgun snap with a slot to the left side. Knorr will take the snap. Wide receiver to the right. Knorr fakes handoff, keeps the football, has running over the 40, and gets a first down over the 45 to the 46. So Benny Knorr comes in, takes the shotgun snap, and goes 13 yards for a first down to the 46.
Yeah, that was a keep all the way. He did an excellent job of reading his blocks, making cuts. Real nice run, and puts Berwick in a first down 10 situation from the 46. Keeps the chains moving, keeps the momentum.
Just underway here in the final period. 13 yards in the carry by Benny Knorr. Knorr stays in there from the 46-yard line. Fakes handoff again. Keeps the football in a good game. Swainbank brings him down, but not before he goes over midfield to the Spartan 47-yard line. So, good changeup.
Good changeup. Berwick pulled the backside on a Redskin block. And Benny, I think that play was intended to go further to the right than it did, but he saw a hole on the backside, took it, and nice 8-yard run.
Second down call coming from the Spartan 47-yard line. Matt Linsinski back in there at the quarterback controls. Knorr will be in a slot to the left side. Second down call. Bankus gets the call, looking for the first down yards. Has it, then some inside the 40, breaks outside 35, and finally ridden down near the 25-yard line. Terrific effort by Ryan Bankus.
Excellent run by Ryan Bankus. There's a penalty flag down. I think it may be a face mask against Valley West. At least that's what at least we're indicating on the sideline over there.
21 yards on the carry, and then maybe penalty tacked on to this. Well, Ryan Bankus just looks electric from that running back position. The incidental 5 yards. So the 26-yard run by Bankus, the 5-yard penalty, and Berwick at the Wyoming Valley West 22-yard line with 10:37 to go in the game. And the score tied at 14. Slot to the right. Braden Boone wide to the left. On Zinski. Play action. Quick out to Knorr, to the 15, to the 10, to 5, and he's in for a touchdown. Flag down on the play. It appeared to be after Knorr got in for the score from 22 yards out. We'll check the flag. It certainly was thrown after Benny Knorr got into the end zone. Quick hitter to Benny Knorr. What is the call?
Looks like it's a targeting call. I'm not sure who it's against, but it was an excellent play. Well run, well executed. Great feat by Benny Knorr, but unfortunately it's being called back.
Ball back to the 27-yard line. So the touchdown is negated. Now, Spencer Kishbaugh, I'm not saying that he did it, but he came off. I didn't see any indication for an ejection. Usually there's a definite call for that. But at any rate, 1st and 15, Bulldogs at the Spartan 27-yard line as Benny Knorr hands it off to Bankus. Bankus off the left side will get to the 20-yard line. It'll be a second down call coming. He had a huge call. The touchdown pass to Benny Knorr negated. And we'll have to see whether Spencer Kishbaugh comes back in this game. It appeared to be a targeting call, an odd call on the offense as Berwick at the 20-yard line. Second down and 9. Onsinski gives the ball off to Bankus. Bankus down to the 15-yard line. Picks up 5 on the play. Big third down call coming. Bulldogs probably in 4-down territory.
Yeah, Bankus galloping hard, running real hard, doing an excellent job, fighting for every yard. And, right now, Berwick's in a position to overcome that penalty and that touchdown call back in a third and short 4 situation, and certainly 4-down territory. Kishbaugh is back in the game. He was not ejected, and we'll see how we play here.
3rd down and 5. Big play coming. Tajee Taylor, the tight end, to the left. And we have a timeout called by the Spartans. 9:10 to go in the game. Score tied at 14. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Sports Radio HLM.
The Medicine Shop.
The Berwick Medicine Shop at their new location. 500 Fowler Avenue, Berwick, has your favorite pharmacist team, like Kim, who you've trusted for more than 20 years. And they've gotten even better. Free blister packs, free home delivery with no tips, and less than a 15-minute average wait time on prescriptions. Why would you go to the big box pharmacies where you might wait for days? Go to the name you know and trust, the Medicine Shop of Berwick, and follow their Facebook page. Berwick Medicine Shop proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog Football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Got a good one going from Spartans Stadium in Kingston. Score tied at 14. Berwick following the Wyoming Valley West timeout with a 3rd down and 3. They had the ball at the Spartans 15-yard line. Trey Loke was split wide to the right. Taji Taylor on a wing to the right. Lenzinski under center. Noor is the tailback in the eye. DeAndre ahead of him. 3rd and 3. Noor gets the ball at the right side. Running room inside the 10, and that was a 6-yard line. Well, with that big fullback in there, running room preventing Noor.
DeAndre did an excellent job at fullback. He had a lot of weight on his hand. I kind of knew it was going to go forward. And then he blow up the hole on that isolation play, giving Benny Noor a large gap to gain the yardage he did and putting Berwick in a 1st and goal situation.
Injury situation on the field. Run the Spartans down. We'll check on that when we return. 9:04 to go. Score tied at 14. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Sports Radio HLM.
If you have a child that's interested in gymnastics, or if you've been practicing the sport for years, then Access Gymnastics Academy is where you want to be. Their dedicated coaches will teach you everything you need to know to perform your best, from the basics of flexibility, form, and style to advanced techniques that will improve your rhythm and style during a routine. Call Heidi Rebuck at Access Gymnastics Academy at 570-441-5969. That's 570-441-5969. Now enrolling for beginner to advanced classes at 917 East 7th Street in Bloomsburg.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog Football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Josh Coble, the injured player for the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West. He helped to the sideline. Big call moments ago. Berwick lined up in an I formation with Benny Noor at the tailback, James DeAndre at the fullback. DeAndre leading the way. Noor running hard. It's the 1st and goal for Berwick at the 7-yard line. So we'll see how Berwick plays it. Again, it is DeAndre at the fullback, Noor the tailback. 1st and goal Berwick at the 7. Lenzinski under center. Gives the ball to Benny Noor, trying to get outside left, breaks the tackle, and another gets inside the 5, headed toward the end zone. Very, very close. What an effort by Benny Noor. That was defended very well at the start by the Spartans.
He didn't. That was all Benny on that play. I thought he was going down at the line of scrimmage. He put his left hand down, elephant walk, kept his balance, and just kept churning, and it put Berwick 2nd and goal from the 2.
8:29 remaining in the game. Berwick 2 yards away from the lead with a score tied at 14. Noor's had a terrific game offensively. He's again the tailback, quarterback, keeper straight ahead, Matt Lenzinski, and Lenzinski takes for the touchdown. 8:11 to go, and Berwick has the lead, their first of the afternoon.
I got a great job by the Dogs coming off the ball. Offensive line surge and a real momentum shift here for everybody. Jim, I have to go back to that fumble on the kickoff when Berwick had the ball 1st and goal with the penalty. Not 1st and goal, first from the 15, 1st and 10. The whole game has changed. The hitting is so much harder since then.
Excellent point attempt by Brendan Hinkle out of the hold of Braden Boone. The snap by Ethan Lear is there. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Out on the field, 8:11 remaining in the game. Berwick, 21. Wyoming Valley West, 14. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Northeast Pennsylvania, it's your home. And no matter what stage of life you find yourself in, what you rely on most is security. When that house becomes a home, the moment you get that new car, when your dreams become a reality, it's times like this when you have to look to the experts for advice and financial peace of mind. They're there with innovative products and services to help you with your financial future every step of the way. Together, they will help dreams and goals become reality. They are more than a bank. They're your neighbor. They are First Keystone Community Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Terrific drive by Berwick. 81 yards altogether. Capped on a 2-yard keeper by Matt Lunzinski. Berwick has their first lead, 21-14, 8:11 to go. We'll see what the Spartans do when they get the ball. They are without Isaiah Cobb, who went off with an injury in that third quarter. Hinkle's kick is very, very high to the far side. Ryan Myers at the 6, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to 30, out to the 33-yard line. Ryan Myers with a good return. Another injured player on the field for the Spartans, so we'll have a momentary timeout. But Berwick leading for the first time in this game, 21-14, 8:05 to go. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Jim Doyle and Kaz Curry from Spartan Stadium in Kingston. 8:05 to go in the game. Berwick leading Wyoming Valley West 21-14. There is an injury on the field. We can't check the number from here of the player. It is one of the Spartans. They will have the football at their own 33-yard line when this injury timeout is over. And the problem for them is how to mount offense without Isaiah Cobb in the lineup. If you're just joining us, he was injured in that third quarter, went to the locker room, has not returned. Remember, he is the bulk of their offense, literally and figuratively. The player on his feet, Dominic Spiess, injured player for the Spartans. He will be helped on, and they will have it at their own 33-yard line. It's so difficult when you're so reliant on one particular player. Coming into this game today, Wyoming Valley West had 303 rushing attempts, and 208 of those attempts were by Isaiah Cobb. So with him out of there, it's very, very interesting to see what they are going to do. Looking at the numbers of the players on the field, Logan Dwyer, number 26, a junior running back, is in there. Dwyer to the left of Luke Buffs. So here we go. Spartans at their own 33-yard line. That's Olszewski. Out on the pass pattern, and he drops the ball. Trey Wilk. That play worked very well earlier. They sent Olszewski out in motion, and he reverses himself, comes out. It was a big gain earlier. That time, Trey Wilk was on.
That particular play, the first play earlier in the game, I'm sorry, Valley West had a step on our guy. In that particular play, he did not, and it was a real nice defensive coverage play.
Second down and 10. Wyoming Valley West at their 33-yard line. Bus has the snap back to throw. Big pass rush. He'll be sacked inside the 20-yard line. Aaron Hacker coming hard. Harrison Snyder, James DeAndre, all over the Wyoming Valley West quarterback a huge play. This bus gets up slowly. He may have to come out for a play, which will make an almost impossible situation for the Spartans. With 3rd and long, he's favoring that right wrist as he comes off the field. Berwick really coming hard. 3 different Bulldogs coming in.
Yeah, Alex Hacker and Harrison Snyder converged at the same time. And I just wanted to finish a thought I started earlier, Jim, on how the intensity of this game has changed since that fumble, penalty, Berwick 3 plays out, Valley West gets the ball back. The difference in hitting, a difference in the importance of the game, and there's a difference in the speed of the game.
Olszewski is going to be under center with Buss on the sideline, flag down on the play. Wait, they're looking to Buss. They're already without their leading rusher. We'll see which way this penalty goes. Regardless, it's going to be 3rd and a mile for the Spartans, but not a bad idea to put arguably your best athlete in at the quarterback, even though it's not a position he's accustomed to. The referee indicates illegal procedure against the Spartans. And this will make it 3rd and 27. Guys, what do analytics say when it's 3rd and 27?
You run a draw or a screen and hope to God that you get 28 yards.
White flag. Here we go. Back at their 16-yard line. Olszewski keeps the football after faking a handoff, and Spencer Kishbaugh hits him hard about the 18-yard line, and now flags down after the play. This may go against Berwick and keep this possession going. We'll see. See which way it goes. But Spencer Kishbaugh with a big hit on the quarterback. Referee slowly giving us an indication. Personal foul against the Spartans. Personal foul against Berwick. Decline. So it's 4th down for the Spartans. 7:15 to go. They will have to bring their punt team on. And now an ideal situation for Berwick would be to make sure they hang on to the football. They'll get great field position and then have a chance to put this one away. Although there's still plenty of time. Valley West with 2 timeouts left, 7:07. Trey Wilk is deep back at the Spartan 48. Bo Sheptok about 15 yards in front of him. Cardona will do the punting, and his kick is very, very high. Wilk will let it bounce, and it takes a great roll with the Spartans. He needed to catch that football. He does not, and Berwick will lose a lot of yardage on that play. Back at the 21-yard line, there are a couple of flags down near midfield. And there's another one, a 3rd, and they're pointing to the Berwick sideline. So 3 flags are down, and the last one was definitely pointed to the Berwick coaching staff. So we'll see what's coming up here. If there were no penalties, Berwick will be taken over at their 21-yard line.
Yeah, I said earlier, Jim, about the intensity of this game changing into hitting, and this has become, in all fairness, a legal street fight right now. And the same player from Valley West was involved in the previous penalty that was offsetting, and this one involved that same individual with a different Berwick player. And I'm surprised that they haven't taken more action. Looks like Valley West is pulling that player for the moment.
So it will be offsetting once again, or will there be a march-off against the Spartans? The ball at the 21. The second warning against the Spartans, I believe, on this sideline. I saw one moments ago. That should be a penalty at this point because it's the second one they had thrown. So this could be a long 6:38 remaining of this one. as the way it's gone, Berwick leading 21-14. Of course, the ideal situation for the Bulldogs would be a long time-consuming drive, even if they don't put points on the board. Chance to put this one away. I formation. Deandra is the fullback. Ryan Bankus gets the handoff and gets ahead for just a couple to the 23-yard line. Berwick, a couple of first downs away from maybe putting this one away as they have a second down call coming. And about 8 to go. A couple of yards for Ryan Bankus, who's had a good ball game running the football. Josh Coble was injured earlier, back in there for the Spartans. Wyoming Valley West needs a stop. 2nd and 8, Berwick at their 23. Lonzinski keeps the football himself, gets out to the 25-yard line. So a 3rd down and 6 for Berwick. 3rd and 6 Bulldogs as Lonzinski goes to the sideline, talks to assistant coach Nick Dawson, comes into play. This is a big, big play. First down for Berwick, and they could use up a couple more minutes of this clock, which is winding down with 5:24 to go, and the Bulldogs clinging to a 21-14 lead. Now Lonzinski is in a slot to the left. Benny Noor is awaiting the snap. He's been effective running. He has the snap. He fakes handoff. He keeps the football looking for the first down yardage. Runs over a tackler and another and gets the first down. What a tremendous effort by Benny Noor. He was stopped 3 or 4 yards short of what had been the first down. 2nd, 3rd, 4th effort, and he has.
Jim, every player on that field is just wanting to hit each other. And Berwick right now is getting the edge. Excellent job by Benny Noor. But this is an amazingly physical football game right now. All changed since that penalty, that change of possession earlier in the 3rd quarter. Completely different ball game.
Great effort by Benny Noor, who goes to the sideline now as Berwick has a first down to 36, 11 yards on that carry when it looked like it would be 2 or 3. Lonzinski gives the ball to Bankus off the left side. He is running over the 40, the 45. He's still on his feet midfield. Has Taji Taylor out blocking at the 25, the 20, and
Sports injury got you down? No one knows sports medicine like Lehigh Valley Health Network and Coordinated Health. Their unrivaled sports team has the highest orthopedic success rates in the region. With more than 30 years experience, they put athletes first and provide same-day appointments. Don't let a sports injury slow you down. Learn more at lvhn.org/sports medicine or call 888-402-LVHN.
Looking for that perfect new vehicle for you and your family? Look no further than Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car, truck, or SUV, no matter what you're looking for, you can find it at Fairfield at a fantastic deal.
Find it at Fairfield.
During Jeep Adventure Days, you can go on or off-road all while getting a fantastic deal. Drive home a brand new 2021 Jeep Compass, just $25,900. It's also Ram Power Days, 1500s, 2500s, 3500s, and more. You won't find a bigger selection anywhere else. Make sure to take a look at their ad in the Web Weekly for all their incredible deals.
Find it at Fairfield.
Stop in and see the Kaiser Boys on Route 405 in Muncie or Dan Goldman on Route 11 in Danville. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
Offers on select vehicles for qualified buyers only. Not all will qualify. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. All offers end October 31st. See dealer for complete details.
Find it at Fairfield.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
64-yard touchdown run by Ryan Bankus, called back by a penalty. Berwick now back at the 41. Sorry you missed that call. You have to take my word for it, but it was a great one. 3:50 remaining. Berwick leading 21-14. They have it at their 41-yard line. They're facing a second down and 4 Lonsinski fakes handoff, keeps the football. It's Benny Knorr gets the 45-yard line. Third down and short. But Berwick can make it very, very tough on Wyoming Valley West if they can convert here. It's a 3rd down and 3 for Berwick at their own 44-yard line. 3:34 to go. Clock begins to run once again. Lonsinski to the sideline. Berwick with a 7-point lead. Trying for their 3rd straight win on the season. First down would almost put it away, barring a turnover. DeAndre is the lone running back. It's a quarterback keeper by Lonsinski, and it looks like he has it. Gosh, you mentioned how physical this game has been. Berwick, especially in the second half, has been the more physical of the two teams.
Again, I just see it. I mean, they're hitting. They're playing with a different purpose and at a different level. There's another Valley West player down with an injury. I don't have a number because he's curled up. But Jim, I have never seen a change in a game that has with such intensity. And again, the speed. They're all playing faster. They're all playing harder. They're all looking toward each other. They've really rallied and really have made a huge difference in it. Obviously, not just the score, but their confidence.
And again, we go back to that score at the end of the half. It's Wyoming Valley West leading 14-0. If Berwick doesn't get in, this is probably an entirely different game. But Bulldogs did get in at the end of the half with 3 seconds to go. They have the lead, and they're in control now. 21-14, 3:08 to go. Following this injury timeout, they will have a first down at their 47-yard line. 21-14, Bulldogs, you're listening to Berwick Football and Sports Radio, HLM.
Forge Pub and Eatery on 11th and Mulberry in Berwick is where you need to go when you want a delicious homemade meal. Forge is open every day at 11 with free delivery to the Berwick area. Follow their Facebook page to get the daily specials. They have a full bar, 10 beers on tap, 6 rotating seasonal brews, and an extensive selection of domestic and craft beer. It's the perfect place to go out with colleagues or for date night. Forge will always impress. Forge Pub and Eatery in Berwick is a proud supporter of the Berwick Bulldogs football team.
Yannick Real Estate is your full-service real estate agency. Buying, selling, residential, commercial, multifamily, land, and rental management. Call Yannick Real Estate. Owner Mike Yannick, a veteran himself, served his country and has been serving this area for decades. Mike and his staff will guide you through the real estate process. Veterans, be sure to check the VA loan options. Yannick Real Estate, your full-service real estate agency. 1232 West Front Street in Berwick. Call 759-3300.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
3:08 remaining in the game. Berwick leading Wyoming Valley West 21-14. The injured player was Zach Tomasic, the nose guard for the Spartans. He is coming off slowly. Berwick with a first down at their 47-yard line. Spartans do have 2 timeouts remaining. But a huge first down picked up by the Bulldogs as they have been the more physical of the two teams, especially in this second half. They're closing in on what they hope will be their 3rd win of the season. They come to the line of scrimmage, their 47-yard line. And they should keep an eye on the play clock and use as much as they can. Call goes to Benny Knorr. Knorr off the left side, needs to stay in bounds, does so. It picks up a couple to the 49-yard line. Smart play by him. Looked like he purposely stayed in bounds. Spartans won't use their timeouts yet. 2nd down and 7. Berwick at midfield, leading 21-14. Again, looking at that play clock as Berwick comes to the line of scrimmage. Lonsinski under center with 5 on that clock. They used a lot of it as the give off the right side is to Knorr. He's over midfield to the Spartan 48-yard line. and there will be the timeout called by the Spartans. 1:57 to go. Berwick by 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
The Medicine Shop.
The Berwick Medicine Shop at their new location. 500 Fowler Avenue, Berwick, has your favorite pharmacist team, like Kim, who you've trusted for more than 20 years, and they've gotten even better. Free blister packs, free home delivery with no tips, and less than a 15-minute average wait time on prescriptions. Why would you go to the big box pharmacies where you might wait for days? Go to the name you know and trust, the Medicine Shop of Berwick, and follow their Facebook page. Berwick Medicine Shop proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Wyoming Valley West with one timeout remaining. 1:57 to go in the game. Berwick in control, leading 21-14, and a third down coming up at the Spartan 48-yard line. We have spotted Isaiah Cobb on the sideline, but he is in a sweatshirt with the pads off. Their star running back was injured in the third quarter, has not returned. Obviously a big development in this game. So Berwick, third down call coming at the Spartan 48-yard line. Benny Knorr awaiting the shotgun snap. He's been terrific in this game. Has it, looking for running room, brought down. As they use the timeout, we're going to keep it here during this timeout. Fourth down coming for Berwick. You know, this is tricky. 1:52 to go. Obviously, if they convert, the game is over. But with Cobb out of there, you almost got to punt it away.
Yeah, I would definitely punt it. I think that's the best decision. But I also think with the amount of time left in this game, you can add 3 more minutes to that clock. This is going to sound crazy. But when Benny Knorr's pass reception for a touchdown was called back, it took Berwick 3 additional minutes to score. And that could have made a difference in this game one way or another. So time becomes a factor, and the less there is, the better and the more advantageous it is for the Dogs.
So we'll see how Berwick plays it. Obviously, if you're going to punt, snap and the kick away is a huge play. 1:52 to go in the game. 21-14 is the Berwick lead as the Bulldogs try to win their third game in a row. And if they get it, they will have come from 14 down in that opening half. In fact, if you're just joining us, Berwick did not score until there were 3 seconds remaining in that opening half. And how big was that touchdown? Now, Wyoming Valley West surprisingly does not have Olszewski back anticipating this punt. Maybe he's going for the block, and Berwick moves. Berwick moves to be a 5-yard walk-off. Should be any big deal. Now, Olszewski has blocked the kick. See if you can find him on that alignment now at number 7. Is he on the sideline or is he on the field? He's not one of the deep people back, which you would expect. He has a punt return touchdown on the season. Knorr will be back at his own 34-yard line. 1:52 to go. Ethan Lear with the snap. It's a low snap. Then he picks it up on one bounce and gets the kick away, and it will roll dead inside the 20-yard line. That was almost a disaster for Berwick. A bad snap, and Benny Knorr had to take it on a couple of bounces. Makes the play. There is an injured player on the field for Wyoming Valley West.
And that was a real good play by Benny Knorr. He didn't panic. He kept his poise, collected himself, collected the ball, and was able to punt it and have no return. And not only did it take 11 seconds off the clock, but it put Berwick in a situation to not have a disastrous play, which could have changed momentum.
The only thing that Berwick had happened in a negative way would have been a bad snap, a blocked punt, a great return. And, boy, they got a bad snap. But Benny Knorr made something out of nothing. It's Wyoming Valley West will have the football at their 15-yard line. They're out of timeouts, though. 1:41 to go. Again, another injury timeout on the field. Jorge Majano is the player down for the Spartans. The Bulldogs closing in, not clinched yet, but closing in on their third consecutive win. Boy, anyone listening who was at the Selinsgrove game in Week 4 would not have envisioned a 3-game winning streak after that game. Bulldogs just looked terrible that night, lost 42-14, and since then have been a different team. So the player walking off under his own power, again, an unenviable position for the Spartans as they have the football at their own 15 with no timeouts left. Now, Luke Buss is back in there. I wonder, is Olszewski hurt? We are not seeing him on the field.
Shortly after Isaiah Cobb got hurt, I saw him come off the field, but he didn't go back in.
Buss throwing it long downfield, incomplete, and there is no flag on the play, despite the protestations of Wyoming Valley West. Pass intended for Myers. So if Olszewski was on the field, certainly that pass would have been intended for him. He is not on the field, so this is really desperation time for Wyoming Valley West. The ball back at their 16-yard line. Buss is back in there, but Olszewski now, no, he is not on the field. We're trying to find him. So he is in the locker room. Spartans 2nd and 10. Buss back to throw. Has time. Pass hangs up there. And the ball is incomplete. Incomplete intended for Myers. And Rowan Slabinski on the coverage. So it is 3rd and 10. Spartans at their 16-yard line. 1:28 to go in the game. As we look to the sideline, we do see Olszewski, and he has his pads off. So really desperation time for the Spartans. They're without their 2 best players, and they face a 3rd down and 10 back at their 16-yard line. No timeouts left. 1:28 to go. They've tried 2 long passes. That may be the only way to go. They do have a 6'5" receiver in Welk. He is wide to the right. Buss back to throw. He is going to be sacked by Harrison Snyder back at the 6-yard line. And they'll have to go for it here. The clock running and 1:17 to go. Harrison Snyder has been a revelation the second part of this season. The sophomore has just been terrific. The ball back at the 8-yard line. Under a minute remaining in the game. So a miracle is all that can keep Berwick from this win. Buss back to throw at his 2-yard line. Going long downfield into traffic. Dre Wilk with the interception at midfield. He'll run around, use some clock. Get the 45 to the 40. He wants to stay in bounds, but instead he goes out of bounds. Come on, Dre. Some of us have places to go here. He makes the interception. That should do it. Berwick with 1 snap away. There is a flag down the play. There's been a lot of those here in the second half. And we'll check to see it is unsportsmanlike against Wyoming Valley West. Berwick has the football 1 snap away from their 3rd consecutive win. And for Trey Wilk, easy interception for him, but it was his 5th of the season. Second only in the Wyoming Valley Conference to Connor Olszewski from Wyoming Valley West, who had one. Bulldogs will be back at home next Friday night to take on Pittston area. And boy, another tough loss for the Spartans. We mentioned going into this game, they had lost 3 games by a total of 6 points. They're going to lose this one by 7 and fall to 3-4. Wadzinski should take a snap and end this one. He does, goes down on one knee, and that will do it. Clock will wind down, and the Bulldogs will have their third consecutive win. They'll do it by a final score of 21-14. There was no scoring in this game until early in the second quarter when Isaiah Cobb took a pitch and raced 46 yards for a touchdown, capping a 6-play, 75-yard drive. Glenn Langley kicked the extra point. Wyoming Valley West had a 7-0 lead. They added to that lead with 6:48 to go in the second. A 73-yard touchdown pass, Luke Buzz to Connor Olszewski. Glenn Langley with the extra point, 14-0. With 6:48 to go in the second. Berwick needed a score desperately, and they got one. Capping an 8-play, 60-yard drive with 3 seconds to go in the half. Matt Lunzinski to Spencer Kishbaugh. Brendan Hinkle with the extra point, made it 14-7 at the half. Berwick would not allow another score in the game. 6:51 to go in the third. They tied it up. Benny Knorr in a 4-yard run. Capping an 8-play, 48-yard drive. And then the Bulldogs scored the winning points with 8:11 to go. Matt Lunzinski, a 2-yard keeper, capping an 81-yard drive, 26-yard run by Benny Knorr, the big play along the way. Brendan Hinkle kicked the extra point. Berwick led 21-14. At that point, Wyoming Valley West was without their star, Isaiah Cobb. He was injured in the third quarter, did not return. Berwick taking advantage and going on to win this one 21-14. It was as physical a game as Berwick has played this season, Kaz Curry.
No doubt, Jim. As physical a game as I've seen in a while. I mean, it was a true change at the middle of that third quarter, and you could just see it was like flipping a switch. And both teams were playing hard. A lot of credit to Valley West. They came to play. They have great athletes, great team. I'm so happy with the physicality, though, with the way the Berwick kids came and responded and, enjoy this victory and certainly start preparing for Pittsburgh.
Hey, congratulations. We mentioned before the game you played 2 games against Wyoming Valley West in your career, lost them both. That's a feel good.
Oh, yeah, it's coming back to me now. I have nothing to say.
It's great work today. Great working with you under adverse conditions. We are on our third setup here. Finally got something to work most of the time, and turned out to be a great game.
It was a lot of fun, Jim. Thanks for having me. All the faithful Berwick listeners, Eddie, you with me. We'll be back next week. And thanks for tolerating me. And, Jim, thanks for asking. I really appreciate it.
Wyoming Valley West with the loss falls to 3-4. They'll be at Williamsport next Friday night. For the Bulldogs, they improved to 4-3 with their third straight win. They'll be home against Pittston area next Friday at 7. We hope you'll join us for the broadcast. It will start as usual with the Carm DiFrancesco show at 6. That final again, Berwick 21, Wyoming Valley West 14. For Kaz Curry and our producer Raven Klein, this is Jim Doyle reminding you heard it live on Sports Radio HLM.
You've been listening to Berwick Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM. Brought to you by First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you every step of the way. Forge Pub and Eatery, West 11th Street in Berwick. Bear Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Berwick. Berwick Dental Arts, quality care for your dental health. Berwick Notary Center, Orange Street in Berwick. Mason's Monogram Services for all your Bulldog merchandise. Neighbor Fence Company, residential and commercial fencing. First Keystone Community Bank, yesterday's traditions, tomorrow's vision. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick for all your home improvements. Yannick Real Estate, commercial and residential. The Mayo Funeral Homes of Berwick and Chickshinny. Your Berwick State Farm agents Lori Powell, Sean Black, and Melissa Price. Hometown agents who understand Berwick's needs. Riverview Block Inc. of Berwick. Alexander Family Dealership, Central Road off Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Axis Gymnastics Academy, East 7th Street in Bloomsburg. Welch's Towing and Repair, towing recovery and lockout services. S.J. Kowalski Heating and Cooling, the way the earth intended. Overhead Door Company of Berwick. Independence Ford, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Don's Towing Truck and Trailer Repair, Route 11 in Berwick. ND Accounting and Consulting, your hometown CPA firm. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your partner for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Danville. The Berwick Medicine Shop, now at 500 Fowler Avenue in Berwick. And by Name Brand Liquidations in the Berwick Plaza on Route 11. HLM is the Valley Sports Leader.